What up? What up? What up? What's up, man? It's your boy Big Tight coming back through here one more again early in the morning. Like I always say, to snatch the covers off y'all ass this morning. Y'all already know what we're gonna get into today. We got to get into this third day of free agency, man. Y'all know pretty much everybody's still waiting on to see where Aaron Rodgers gonna go, whether or not if he gonna go to the Giants or maybe the Steelers. And then there's a couple of rumors out there that it could be a possibility he might go to Minnesota. But hey, we're gonna be waiting to see what go on, man. As of 4 o'clock today will be the actual active time for free agency where they actually can go ahead and 100% sign the contracts and pretty much everything is a done deal. Joey Bosa signed with the Bills, which I think that was a big signing for the Bills. Also, with my title, y'all see what I said. What the hell are the Texans doing, man? And also, with the moves that the Commanders done made, are the Commanders now Super Bowl contenders? Do you feel like what they have done so far can get them over the hump? Or do you feel like they're ready to compete with the Eagles in the NFC East division? But to get to it, man, what I mean by when I say what the hell is going on with the Texans, man, what I mean by that, y'all, is the fact that the Texans gave up, they were the number 3 team as far as giving up sacks last year, y'all. They gave up 54 sacks. CJ Stroud got sacked 54 times. Y'all, of course, y'all know in first place, it was Caleb Williams. He got sacked. What up with you, John, man? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's looking pretty decent so far, John. Appreciate you coming through this morning, man. And y'all know the Bears, Caleb Williams got sacked 68 times. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with the Texans, man. I don't know if they got some type of plan to try to do something in the draft, but I don't understand why John, you already got problems at the offensive line position. They gave up the third most amount of sacks on CJ Stroud last year, which was 54 sacks. You give away your best offensive lineman. You trade him away, Laramie Tunsil. You trade him away. Then yesterday, they gave up their guard. What's his name? Kenyon Green, I think that's his name. And then they gave up another one of their. They traded another one of their linemen. So I'm like, your lineman was already bad, John. So my thing is, if your lineman, if your O-line is already bad, what the hell are you doing trading? What the hell are you doing trading them away? What's your name? Hoodlum Racing? Hey, Hoodlum, you off the chain, boy. You come in here with guns blazing off the ripper. You say lame. You say you're lame. Well, I appreciate that, brother. I guess I will be good old lame-o today, man. Yes, sir. Already been to sleep. But I tell you what, Hoodlum, I'll give you one more chance, and then we're going to throw your ass out the club if you're just going to troll. Now, if you want to come in here, you want to comment on the subject, it's all good, brother. But if you just want to troll, you can go to the playground and do that, brother. But I appreciate you coming through. If you want to come through and kick it, man, if you want to talk about the subject we got going on as far as free agency, Joey Bosa going to the Bills, the Texans, trading away and releasing the damn offensive lineman, the Commanders most definitely making big moves, man, improving their team. They most definitely going to be able to compete with the Eagles this year, man. I don't think they all the way there yet, but they most definitely getting close, man. They still got a lot of money that they can sign some players, man. They're going to be real interesting to see where Trey Henderson go from all right, man, we're going to get you up out of here, man. You go to the playground, man. They got plenty of swings and stuff out there you can play with, man. Well, holler at you, Hoodlum. What up with you, RP Freeland, man? Appreciate you coming through, man. But yeah, man, I think that move with Joey Bosa, man, I think that was a big move for the Bills, man. They most definitely needed a boost at the edge position. My only thing with Joey Bosa, y'all, now when he 100%, he a beast. Now, don't get me wrong. When he 100%, he a beast. Oh yeah, John, most definitely. We were loading it up just like hey John, we were loading it up like on Duck Hunt. You remember old Duck Hunt back in the day? They be it fly up in the air. You get old Duck Hunt, you come up out them bushes, you shoot that old frisbee flying up there. Pow! Yes, sir. John, we most definitely was loading it up, baby. Loading it up with all hollow points, John. All hollow points. Yes, sir. Get them right on out of here. Right on out of here. Like Clint Eastwood. Like Clint Eastwood had that old long. What he had that? What that was Clint Eastwood had in that movie? What that was what that was a 45 or 44 Magnum or something like that? What he had in that old movie? You said was about to go contra on his ass. Yes, sir. Old contra, boy. You went way back then, John. The old contra game. Yes, sir. Most definitely, man. But hey, y'all, yeah. The 44 Magnum, old Clint Eastwood gun. The old 44 Magnum. But so far, y'all, what do you, hey, John, and anybody else that's in here right now, man? I know people coming in slowly but surely. But what do y'all think about Daniel Jones going to the Indianapolis Colts to compete with Anthony Richardson for the starting quarterback position, man? Hey, I tell y'all one thing. With the way Anthony Richardson been playing, man, hey, don't be surprised if Daniel Jones go in there and get the damn starting quarterback position, man. Hey, don't be surprised if he go in there and take the position, man. Man, I tell y'all what, man. Yeah, he is, John. He way more accurate, man. Way more accurate. I put it like this, y'all. My situation with Anthony Richardson, man. You know, players like Anthony Richardson will fool your ass every time, especially in the combine. You know what I'm saying? Going off potential. You see a lot of teams be messing up, drafting and getting players strictly off potential instead of going off what you seen on the damn tape. Now you go off what you seen on the damn tape, you already know the same problems he having in the pros, the same problems he had in college. Everybody know in college he had problems with his accuracy. He also had problems with the touch on the ball, his decision making. He in the pros, same old thing, y'all. Decision making, accuracy, touch on the ball, same old problem, same old problem. Let me see what you say, John. You say they probably use both Anthony on trick plays. You say put him in on trick plays, John. Let him do the old waggle pass. Yeah, he most definitely got an arm, John. He got an arm out there world. He just ain't got no placement with that arm. Oh, hey, John, I don't know if you remember that old baseball movie. I forgot what that damn baseball movie was. It had a whole bunch of actors in that baseball movie. And the damn pitcher with the old fucked up haircut, the pitcher had an arm out this world, John. But he ain't had no control. He had no goddamn control. Every time he pitched the ball, damn ball going every goddamn way. He had no control. I forgot what the name of that that's an old baseball movie, a damn comedy baseball movie. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about, John. But I forgot the name of it, man. But yeah, he got an arm out this world, ain't got no control, no accuracy. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, John? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. But hey, y'all, so far, I'm gonna let y'all know some of the updates of some of the people that signed. As you know, Aaron Rodgers still ain't signed with nobody. But just came up, Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones, they just restructured their contracts, y'all. And they freed up pretty much $45 million, y'all, to sum it up, what they freed up to restructure their contract. So let me see what else we got. The Giants, they put the tender on Deontay Johnson, linebacker for the Giants. So they put the tender on him. They say he'll return on a 1-year deal. They say the Giants, they still looking for a free agent guard. Tyrann Mathieu is signing back with the Saints for a 1-year deal. Let me see if anybody else. The Lions, they signed defensive tackle Roy Lopez from the Cardinals. They don't have on here what his contract is yet, but he's going to leaving the Cardinals and he's going to the Lions. Broncos, they make a 2-year deal with wide receiver Trent Sherfield Jr. He got a 2-year deal worth $6 million. Of course, you know Joey Bosa signed with the Bills for a 1-year deal, $12.6 million. And the Rams, let me see, former Rams wide receiver DeMarcus Robinson, he signed with the 49ers, 2-year, $9.5 million. Safety Jason Pinnock, he's signing with the 49ers on a 1-year deal. Yeah, the movie. Yeah, exactly, John. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. So far, so it ain't really been a lot of stuff going on this morning. The Raiders, they made a deal with cornerback Eric Stokes, former cornerback of the Green Bay Packers. So well, y'all most definitely trolling this morning, ain't you? What's your name? Mini Jim. Boy, you wild, boy. You is wild. Hey, John, boy, they is on and popping this morning, boy, I swear. Man, boy, y'all wild, boy. But that's it pretty much right now. Ain't really like no big signings as of right now besides Joey Bosa later on. That was pretty much later on in the day yesterday. Like I said, if anything happened with Aaron Rodgers today, it'll probably be sometime this afternoon. Because like I say, the Jets got up until I think at 4 o'clock when they can actually release him where he can go on and sign whoever you want to sign with. So I think Aaron Rodgers will probably end up signing today, but it'll probably be later on today, closer to that 4 o'clock range. Just my opinion. Hey, John, did you see the Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks last night? I mean, yesterday. That damn shot, old boy shot, that 3-point shot, they say they fouled him. It most definitely didn't look like he got fouled, man. He didn't even look like the dude touched him on that damn 3-point shot. But you know how that go. But I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all, if y'all like the content, most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap screen for the likes. And we're going to get straight to it, man. I'm going to play a video for y'all with an update more into detail what's going on with Joey Bosa signing with the Bills. Like I said, I think that was a good move if Joey Bosa can stay healthy, y'all. Because that been Joey Bosa's problem the past couple of years. He's been dealing with injuries. But if he can stay healthy, he most definitely gonna be a difference maker for the Bills, man. Because Joey Bosa, one of those defensive ends, edge rushers, where he can play in a 3-4 or he can play in a 4-3. He's good at pass rushing and he's good against the run. So if he can stay healthy this year, he most definitely gonna be a difference maker for the Buffalo Bills. And shit, he might be the person on the defense if he can stay healthy. Maybe to help them get over the hump and finally beat the doggone Kansas City Chiefs. Because y'all know the Kansas City Chiefs, they got to most definitely fix their offensive line also. But what up with you, Quantum, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. Hey, I seen you getting that workout on last night. Seen you getting that old workout on. I seen you over there sweating like a Hebrew slave out there with doing that old workout. But you was sweating like you shining bright like a diamond. But hey, your boy had you sweating though. But that's good though, man. Quantum, hey, keep it up, man. Hey, don't work out like that. Most definitely pay out in the long run. But hey, Quantum, by the summertime, you're gonna be on and popping by the summertime. Hey, you're gonna be ready. Hey, Quantum, you're gonna be ready to go to the swim pool. Hey, if somebody say if somebody say anything start with an S, they're gonna be like, you said swimming pool? They're gonna be saying, so swimming pool. What up with you? Be good. What up with you, Lord, man? Appreciate you coming through this morning, brother. Y'all give me 1 second. I got a little video I'm gonna play for y'all, man, with the signing with Joy Bosa, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. And like I say, like I got in my title, man, I don't know what the hell the Texans doing as far as with the situation with CJ Stroud, man. He was the 3rd most sacked quarterback last year, and they don't let go 3 of his linemen. They traded his best lineman, Larry Matonsil. They let go Kenyon Green, and then they released another lineman. So I'm like, you already had one of the worst offensive lines, and then you release 3 of them. Which one of them was your best offensive lineman? And then Kenyon Green, he a solid guard. So I don't know what they doing, man. I'm in a minute, I'm gonna pull up, each team signings, and y'all will see what the signings, man. They signing all skill positions and people on defense. They ain't did nothing with the offensive line. I don't know what they doing, man. But I know one thing: we don't play Selma on Selma out here. If they were playing Selma on Selma, if they were playing Selma on Selma flag football, they would be on and popping. But you know what? You got them pass out there, and you need some of them fat boys to block for you. And if he ain't got them boys to block for him, I don't care who he got. I don't care if he got Joe Mixon. What up with your drive music, man? Boy, where the hell you been at, drive music? Where you been at, man? What up with your brother? I appreciate you coming through this morning. Drive music. Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming through, man. Let me see what you say. Hey, everything good, Corner? Most definitely, man. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to play this little video clip for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me this morning, man. Like I always say, y'all know I got to come through here early this morning and snatch the covers off y'all ass. Y'all already know. Like I said, y'all new to the channel, most definitely subscribe. Double tap that screen. You say free agency been cracking? Yeah, drive music. It been a lot of big moves, man. A lot of big moves. What y'all think about the Joy Bosa move yesterday? Like I was just talking about, what y'all think about that Joy Bosa move? I think that was a good move if he can stay healthy. Let me see you say be good. You say you got 2 black eyes. God damn. You say you got 2 of them, be good. Damn. And badly bruised calf. And I got to train 5 to 8:30. Man, be good. You better go sit in it. Well, no. I was going to say go sit in some ice, but that ice ain't going to help your eyes. The ice ain't gonna help your eyes. Shit, it probably help you with your calf though. But hey, I guess that will all go into it. Be good, with that UFC stuff you be doing, man. Hey, I hope you win though, brother. I hope you win. I'm gonna be rooting for you to get that W, man. Put one of them guys in the submission hold and go on the end early. Go on and put them in that submission hold. Go on and put them in that go on and put them in the figure 4 leg lock. Put them in the figure 4 leg. Matter of fact, go on and put them in that Boston Crab. Put them in that old camel clutch. The Iron Sheet. That was the Iron Sheet used to do the camel clutch, didn't it, y'all? I think that was the Iron Sheet back in the day. But yes, sir, man. But them things you say drive me. You said the Bills needed a pass rush. Yeah, they did. They most definitely did, man. But like I say, y'all, I think that was a good move, man. I will say it was a good move. I just say, Joy Bosa just been hurt the past couple of years. But if he can stay healthy, y'all, that's most definitely going to help Buffalo. Because I think that was one of their weaknesses last year, y'all, as far as them having a pass rush. So he most definitely going to help. He's going to help in the pass rush, and he's going to help in the run game, man. So, hey, I think that was a big move for them. I also think, like I told y'all, I think the Commanders, man. I think the Commanders made some good moves too, man. The Commanders made some good moves. The Chicago Bears, I like what they did with the offensive line because everybody know Caleb Williams was the most sacked quarterback, and they did a great job of shoring up that offensive line. What up with your red man, boy, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. You say what time free agency start today? It officially started at 4:00. Officially at 4:00. And I was looking at ESPN just a little while ago, and they say the situation with Aaron Rodgers, because right now everybody waiting to see where Aaron Rodgers go, whether he's gonna go to Pittsburgh or if he's gonna go to the Giants. or they got rumors now that he might damn go to Minnesota. So that, but they say if anything happened with Aaron Rodgers today, they say it's gonna probably be around 4 o'clock or after 4 o'clock when the Jets actually can release him or whatever after 4 o'clock. So it'll probably be somewhere around that time when he signed, or sometime this afternoon. So we'll see what happens. I think wherever Aaron Rodgers go, I think Russell Wilson gonna go to the opposite spot. So if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Giants, Russell Wilson probably go back to the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers go to the Steelers, then Russell Wilson probably go to the Giants. So we'll see how that go, y'all. Like I said, I think whoever go one place, the other one gonna go the other place, man. Let me see what you say, Drive Music. You said this year Justin Fields got to break out. Yeah, Drive Music. He most definitely got to have a good year this year, man. Because I think Aaron Glenn I think he's gonna do it. I think he's the right coach for that job, man. You know, the main thing with the Jets, y'all, the Jets pretty much got the same problem like the Chicago Bears. Well, the Jets got one extra problem. Well, they ain't got that problem no more because they got Justin Fields. But besides Justin Fields, the only other problem that I see on that team, y'all, is the offensive line. They got to fix that offensive line because Aaron Rodgers he was getting hit a lot last year before he got hurt and this past year. So the Jets most definitely got to fix that offensive line, man. Let me see what you say, Quantum. You said that's you being a warrior and you have a steel spirit, bro. You say you definitely be winning that fight, no doubt. Oh, okay. You talking about Be Good. Okay, I got you. But yeah, man, I think I will tell y'all this though, man, and I said this before. Hey, if the Giants, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man, that's gonna throw the whole draft off. I'm gonna tell you something gonna throw the whole draft off, y'all. If the Giants, Ken D, what up with you, brother, man? Let me see what you're saying. Ken D, I'm gonna answer your question in 1 second. I just want to throw this out there at y'all right quick, and I'm gonna answer your question right quick, Ken D. Appreciate you coming in here, brother. What y'all think about? And this gonna throw the whole draft off, y'all, because if the Giants mess around and sign Aaron Rodgers, I'm telling y'all right now, Shedeur Sanders gonna drop. If the Giants sign Aaron Rodgers, Shedeur gonna drop because Shedeur ain't coming to nobody team where he gonna sit on the bench, and Aaron Rodgers ain't coming to nobody team where he gonna back nobody up. So if the Giants sign Aaron Rodgers, Shedeur gonna drop, y'all, and I don't know where he gonna drop to. And maybe it might be the Cleveland Browns. I think that's the only other team because the fact that the Raiders, they got Geno Smith, and I think Tennessee Titans. I think the Tennessee Titans. If the Tennessee Titans don't trade back, I think they're gonna. If they don't trade back from number 1, y'all, they probably stay and get Cam Ward. But let me see what you say, Ken D. You say, what do you think Atlanta needs to do this offseason? You say, I think need 2 D-line, a linebacker, and I think they can do it through Cousins leaving. Thoughts? Hey, I'll tell you this, Ken D. First of all, that contract with Kirk Cousins, man, it kind of got them messed up like money-wise. But they most definitely got to get somebody to replace Grady Jarrett. I think that was a big loss for y'all with losing Grady Jarrett because Grady Jarrett, he still was a productive, solid defensive tackle. I know y'all lost y'all center, but I think that backup center that y'all had for Atlanta, he did pretty good last year because the guy that signed with the Bears, I know he was injured at one point in time last year, and the backup that y'all had, he came in and did a pretty good job. So I can see why y'all let him go and y'all go with the other guy. Plus, you're saving money on that deal. But I most definitely feel like the Falcons, they got to get an edge rusher, man. I seen they got Leonard Floyd. So I think Leonard Floyd, he's solid. Ken D. I think Leonard Floyd, he not a guy that's gonna get you. Leonard Floyd ain't a guy that's gonna get you like 12, 15 sacks. But you know, he'll probably get you like 8, 9 somewhere in there, maybe 10 on a good day. But they most definitely still need another edge rusher, man, because what's his name? Ken D, the guy that y'all got from the Patriots last year. He didn't turn out to be what y'all thought he was gonna be, and I didn't need him, man. I thought he was most definitely gonna come in from the past couple of years, the way he been playing with the Patriots. I thought he was gonna come in and make a difference. for y'all team off the rip, man. What up with you, Reggie, man? You said, do you think Washington will run it back? Hey, Reggie, that's why I got up there in my title. I got the question to y'all, are the Commanders contenders? Hey, Reggie, I feel like long as they got Jaden Daniels, they always got a shot, Reggie. Long as they got Jaden Daniels, it's on the pop. Because think about it, Reggie. They improving the team already. You got a top left tackle in Larry Tunsil. Larry Tunsil is one of the top pass blockers in the league. Y'all go check his pass block percentage. Your boy don't hardly give up no sacks, Reggie. So that's going to be an improvement off the rip on the left side, on his blind side. Debo going to be an improvement. You team him up with Scary Terry, Reggie. Debo, you can put him anywhere on the field. He'll mismatch anywhere on the field. He a guy, take it to the house at any time. Scary Terry, take it to the house at any time. Y'all brought Zach Ertz back. I like Zach Ertz. Even though Zach Ertz getting older, he's still a solid tight end. He still know how to get open, and he still got great hands. So I most definitely think y'all still got y'all got a great chance. Y'all gonna be competing with the Eagles. I think y'all still need one more thing, man. Y'all need a pass rusher. I most definitely feel like y'all should try to, because y'all got a lot of money, Reggie. So I feel like y'all might should try to go get old boy from the Bengals, Trey Henderson. He led the NFL in sacks. I think that'll be a good move for y'all because y'all got plenty of money. Y'all got plenty of money to sign him, and y'all just got Javon Kinlaw, which he a solid defensive tackle. So I think that was a good move for y'all to get him, especially with y'all losing Jonathan Allen, man. So that was a good move for y'all, Reggie. But I most definitely feel like y'all headed in the right direction, man. I think the only thing else y'all need, Reggie, I think y'all need a running back too, man. Because Brian Robinson, he ain't it, man. Because I feel like y'all can't go another season and Jaden Daniels is y'all leading rushing for the team. He cannot, and I mean he cannot be y'all leading rushing for the team, man. He led y'all in rushing, and he, of course he's gonna lead you in passing because he was the quarterback. But you don't, especially with his slim frame. I could see if he had a big body like Cam or Josh Allen. Those guys, big body guys, so they could take a little bit more of the beating to the body. But you see, even with the bigger quarterback, even like Cam, after later on in his career, that them hits start getting to his ass. So they most definitely, this is a deep draft for a running back, Reggie. So they most definitely can get a solid running back in the draft, 5th, 6th round, man. They get a solid running back, 5th, 6th round, man. So yeah, that what's up though, Reggie. I appreciate you coming through, brother. Marcus Green, you say what's my team? I'm a Carolina Panther fan, man. I'm a diehard Carolina Panther fan, man. We got some things we got to straighten out on the defense. I like a couple of moves that we made on defense. I like the safety we got from the Raiders. I like the defensive tackle we got from the Rams. I like the fact that we signed the cornerback back, Mike Jackson. The edge rusher we got from Minnesota, I'm kind of like a wait and see guy because I don't know too much about him. The other guy we got from Kansas City, the defensive lineman got from Kansas City, I don't know too much about him. So, I got to see what they do in the draft, Marcus. But I appreciate you coming through, Marcus. Ken D, let me see what you say, Ken D. Oh, Matthew Judon. Yeah, that's right. You talking about with the Falcons. Yeah, appreciate that, Ken D, most definitely. Yes, sir. Matthew Judon, that's his name. Yeah, I most definitely thought he was going to make a difference. But he didn't really do too much last year, man. He didn't really do too much. Let me see what you say, Reggie. You say I was thinking Rodgers will coach Shador or Ward if he goes to the Giants. That's the only thing, Reggie. I think that would be a good thing, but with where how Shador is, because I think Cam Ward gonna go to y'all give me 1 second, man. Let me let my dog in the house. She keeps scratching at the door. Give me 1 second. Let me let my dog in. Okay. Like the situation with Aaron Rodgers, man. I think. Well, I ain't gonna say Aaron Rodgers. I say with Shador. I don't know if Shador. Well, he ain't got no control over it anyway, y'all. Because if they draft him, he ain't gonna have no choice anyway. So he ain't really got a lot to say about it. But I know I'm gonna definitely, Shador. He gonna want to come in and start off the rip. But That wouldn't be a bad idea though, Reggie. It wouldn't be a bad idea for him to sit behind Aaron Rodgers. It wouldn't be a bad idea. I just don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad idea though, Reggie. Most definitely. Let me see. John, you say Reggie can't go wrong with that. Oh, okay, you talking to Reggie. Okay. Drive Music, you said Devontae Adams to the Rams is underrated. Hey, Drive Music. I love that move with Devontae Adams going to the Rams. And the reason why I like that move is because Matthew Stafford done got older now, but his arm has not declined. His arm has not declined, y'all. So basically, all those little passes that Aaron Rodgers used to be throwing to Devontae Adams, you know, because Aaron Rodgers had a great arm and he can get in the tight spaces, and Aaron Rodgers had the arm to stretch the field. See, now he with a quarterback now with Matthew Stafford. Everybody know one thing about Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford got an arm. Everybody know he got an arm. And the way he played last year, his arm ain't declining. His arm ain't declining. So I think that would be a good move. I think that's a good move with the Rams getting Devontae Adams, because Devontae Adams ain't gonna burn you down the field like he used to. But all the short intermediate stuff, he got quick feet. He gonna most definitely get open, man. Slant routes, curl routes, drag route, dig routes, little screen routes. You know, put him in the slot. He can read. He know how to read the defense. He know how to get open. So I think that was a good move. You know, team him up with Puka Nacua. Basically, he'll probably be like another Cooper Kupp, man, before Cooper Kupp start getting all them injuries, because you know that's the problem with Cooper Kupp now. Cooper Kupp been having a lot of injuries the past couple of years, y'all. But I think Cooper Kupp's still a solid receiver, though, y'all. I think Cooper Kupp's still a solid receiver. Let me see, Ken D. You say Chase Young and Sweat left voids. They need some D linemen. Yeah, they do. They need an edge rusher. They need an edge rusher, Ken D. That's why I said it'll be a good idea for them to try to go get old boy from the Bengals, Trey Henderson. He gonna make an impact off the rip. Old boy led the league in sacks, and last year he was up there toward the top of the league in the sacks the year before. So that show you that he consistent. Let me see. You say John. You say Ward. You say we'll have a better career, in your opinion. I think so too, John. I put it like this, John. My thing with Shedeur, this is my only knock on Shedeur, because I feel like Shedeur, I think he's smart with the ball. I think he's pretty accurate. I think he got good enough arm strength to be successful in the NFL. My only flaw with Shedeur is because he's not that athletic. He more like your old school pocket quarterback. As long as he get with a team and that team improve the offensive line, give him an offensive line where he can sit back there and throw the ball, like how Peyton Manning used to have the offensive line, you know, Drew Brees and, you know, the pocket quarterbacks, which you don't have that many pocket quarterbacks no more. You know, the quarterback position is starting to change as far as, you know, quarterbacks being in the pocket like that. But I think whatever team he go to, if they improve the offensive line, I most definitely think Shedeur can be successful. That's why I put it like this, y'all. I think Cam Ward will be more successful earlier, and I think Shedeur will probably be more successful later. And the reason why I say that, because Cam Ward, he has the ability to escape the pocket. So, you know, some stuff he'll be able to get away and make plays like how he did in Miami. Shedeur, once they get back there on his ass, it's a wrap. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't getting away. He ain't escaping those tackles. If he can't like slide step them and use their momentum against them and kind of sidestep them and they go past them, and then he able to get rid of the ball. If he ain't able to do something like that, he most definitely ain't outrunning nobody. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. He ain't even outrunning nobody. If the defense all had sack bags, if you know how they used to had a sack bag for the sack race, if the whole defense had sack bags, they were holding it with both of their hands, and Shedeur took off running, I believe the defense can hop their ass right on over there and walk him down and sack his ass with the sack bag. they hop their ass right on over there and sack his ass. Let me see what you say, Marcus Green. Appreciate you coming through, man. You say, yeah, Panthers making good moves. Give them time. I'm a Panthers fan. We just don't spend money to build a championship contender, only playoff and out. Yeah. But I think, hey, Marcus, I think y'all got a good young team, though. I think y'all got a good young nucleus over there with y'all team, though, man, with Josh Jacobs. What's your receiver? Is it Reed? That receiver y'all got Reed. What's his name? Is it Jake Reed, Jordan Reed? The receiver y'all got Reed, and the other receiver. I like that other receiver y'all got too. He don't get a whole lot of play, but I like him though. I think his name Dontavius Wicks. I think that's his name. But y'all got some good young receivers over there, Marcus Green. So I think y'all gonna be all right. I think y'all gonna be all right. I wouldn't mind y'all getting a nice ass tight end. I think if the Green Bay Packers got a good tight end, I think that would just open up their offense just that much more, man. Drive Music, you say the Ravens got D-Hop. I seen that Drive Music. The only thing about that, man, I just say with D-Hop, man, it just looked like he done lost the step, man. That's the only thing, man. If D-Hop ain't running a slant route, a little out route or a curl, something like that, that's pretty much a wrap for D-Hop, man. Because when he went to Kansas City last year, he didn't really do that much, man. So I mean, he'll probably be good on like little short yardage play, little 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, probably shit in the red zone, stuff like that. But I still believe I still believe the Baltimore Ravens will probably try to get another receiver though. I don't think they're just gonna stay with D-Hop and because Zay Flowers. Let me see who else they got. They got what's the other receiver they got? The little small fast receiver they got. Ain't it Flowers? Is it Flowers? I forgot, y'all. Red Man Boy, let me see what you say. You say hopefully Lamar can do something with D-Hop. Yeah, I think with D-Hop, man, like you say, he gonna get some passes, but y'all know it ain't gonna be the D-Hop that you normally see, man. I think he done lost the step, but I think like the little short, I think Zay Flowers, that's it. Appreciate that, Reg. I knew it was some Flowers. So I did have it right. Zay Flowers. Okay, I did have it right. Okay. I don't know why I thought I said it first name wrong. Okay, so I had it right, Zay Flowers. Okay. Ken D, you say Josh Allen contract cost him too much money? Yeah, hey, but look, Kevin D, they had to pay him though, man. They had to pay him, especially with him winning the MVP, and he balled out last year. I mean, Josh Allen pretty much been balling the past couple of years, man. So, hey, you already know they were gonna have to come out the pocket, man. Hey, you already know, Ken D, they were gonna have to back up the Brinks truck and just throw all the money bags out. Hey, matter of fact, y'all remember that movie Dead Presidents when old boy put the little dynamite bomb on the back of the door and he put too much on it and it ended up blowing up the whole damn Brinks truck. he blowed up the whole goddamn Brinks truck, blowed up all the money and everything. Yeah, that's how they did with Josh Allen. They just had to back the truck up and just blow all the money out. Just blow all the money out. Yeah. Just get all you want. Get all you want. We're gonna have to overpay you anyway. Get all of it. Yeah, your boy on Dead Presidents, he just blowed the whole damn truck up. Hey, and then make it so bad, y'all. He was happy as hell. He was all happy. He came off all over there happy. Man, did you see that shit? Oh, man, you see that shit? I blowed that shit up like you dumb motherfucker. You blowed the whole goddamn truck up. Oh, man. You blowed the whole damn truck up. Let me see what you say, Marcus Green. You said we're set up for the playoffs, but my opinion, we should have went after Bosa or Mac and still should go after Coop as a veteran leader. On a young team, our receivers are injury prone. Who you say your team was again, Marcus Green? Who your team is again, Marcus Green? I forgot. I've been reading all y'all comments. I forgot what team you said you like. Ken D, you said I thought he was too much and Saquon should have got a lot more. He said, but he did ball out. Oh, the Packers. Okay, that's right. That's right. We was just talking. My bad, Marcus. We were just talking about the damn Packers. My bad. My bad. But you know what? Cooper Kupp wouldn't be bad with them. He wouldn't be that bad. He wouldn't be bad with them. Because Cooper Kupp, you could put him in the slot. You know, Cooper Kupp, he'll be a good slot guy. Most definitely. He'll be a good slot guy. Good slot guy. But I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me, man. Like I say, if y'all guys are new to the channel, man, y'all double tap the screen for the likes and y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all like the content, man. I'm gonna definitely appreciate y'all coming over here, man. Shit, the way we do it, man, we talk about the NFL. Shit, we'll talk about the NBA. We talk about a little bit of everything over here, man. So if y'all like me, y'all like to talk about multiple sports, you most definitely come to the right spot, because we do a little bit of everything over here, man. So I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me this morning. Hold on, let me check my phone right quick, y'all. Let me make sure it ain't no. Let me make sure it ain't no up-to-date signings. Let me see right quick. Give me 1 second. Let me see if it's any new signings. Okay, so right now the only thing don't happen right now. The Titans they signed former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Van Jefferson to a 1-year deal. The Steelers, they agree with running back Kenneth Gainwell. Let me see. That's pretty much it right now. Everything's still the same. It ain't really no new signings right now, y'all. Everything pretty quiet right now. Ain't really nothing going on right now. So y'all give me 1 second, man. I got a little video I'm gonna play for y'all. Kind of a little update on what's going on. They're gonna talk about, you know, the Joy Bosa move, where Aaron Rodgers might go. The situation with Daniel Jones. Also, well, you know what? Before I do that, y'all, I want to show y'all this. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all this with my. Let me share my screen. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me find it right quick. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. Let me see you say, Marcus. You say I'll be a new subscriber. Like the content, man. Much respect. Hey, appreciate that, Marcus, man. Appreciate that, brother, man. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, we do a little bit of everything over here, man. I do NFL. We do college football. We do the NBA. We do college basketball. Like this weekend, y'all know it's it's a bunch of the college conference. Well, I say the conference championships. You know, they going on right now, trying to see who's gonna get the #1 seeds in the tournament and stuff. So most likely I'll probably do a couple of live reaction to some of them games coming up this weekend, man. Let me see. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this on the screen for y'all. I'm gonna read it to y'all. I tried to blow it up, but it didn't damn do it. So I'm gonna read y'all the different moves that certain teams done made and who they, done signed and who they done let go. If y'all don't know, I'm pretty much give y'all an update on go through each team what they done did, y'all. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna try to. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to see if I can make this shit bigger where y'all can see it. If I can't, I'm just gonna read it off to y'all. Nah, it ain't letting me do it. I'm just gonna read it off to y'all. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna go up to the top. Okay, starting out with the Arizona Cardinals, y'all. They signed, of course, they signed Josh Sweat, 4-year, $76 million deal. They also signed linebacker Akeem Davis Gaither. He got a 2-year, $11 million deal. They also signed edge Baron Browning. They signed guard Evan Brown. They got receiver Zay Jones, which I think Zay Jones, he's solid. And they got Jacoby Brissett, and they re-signed a long snapper. As far as with the Falcons, I think one of y'all said y'all was a Falcons fan. As far as with the Falcons, Give me 1 second. As far as with the Falcons. Okay, here we go, y'all. Now, as far as with the Falcons signed Divine Diablo. He a linebacker. They gave him 2 year, $14 million. They also re-signed cornerback Mike Hughes, 3 year, $18 million. Of course, y'all know. You know the Falcon fan in the crowd. They signed Leonard Floyd, 1 year, $10 million. Like I said, I think Leonard Floyd, he's solid, but you know he ain't. I don't think he a 10+ sack guy though. They extended tackle Jake Matthews. Of course, you know they lost Grady Jarrett, and they extended their long snapper. Let's see. Let's go to the next team, which is the Baltimore Ravens. They re-signed their Pro Bowl tackle Ronald Stanley, 3 year, $60 million. Of course, you know they got D-Hop, 1 year, $5 million. They re-signed their their fullback Patrick Richard, and they released their cornerback Arthur Mullet. Buffalo Bills. Right now, the Buffalo Bills done made a bunch of moves, man. Buffalo Bills, they signed Joey Bosa, 1 year, $12.6 million. They got the receiver from the Chargers, y'all, Josh Palmer. I think that was a good move. I like Josh Palmer. He's a solid receiver. He got 3 year, $36 million. They also got an edge, Michael Hoach, some shit like that, y'all. He got 3 year, $24 million. Of course, you know Josh Allen got the big extension, 6 year, $330 million. Khalil Shakir, he got an extension, 4 years, $60 million. They extended the defensive end, Gregory Rousseau? He got a 4 year, $80 million. So, hey, that's gonna be a good combination with him and Bosa, man. Like I said, Bosa can stay healthy. That'll be a good combination with them two, y'all. They also extended linebacker Terrell Bernard. They re-signed Ty Johnson, which I think that was a good move because Ty Johnson most definitely give him another. He'll X factor most definitely in the passing game. He most definitely can catch out of the backfield, line up like a receiver, man. He most definitely helped them in the pass game. They resigned their fullback Reggie Gillum. Resigned the long snapper Reed Ferguson. They released Von Miller, which I think they needed to release him. Von Miller pretty much done lost a step. And they signed running back Darrington Evans. I ain't never heard of him, but that's everything going on with the Bills, y'all. Now the Carolina Panthers, this is my team, y'all. This is who I like. If y'all wonder who I like the Carolina Panthers. We signed the safety from the Raiders. Trevion, what's his name? Morick, something like that. He got a 3 year, $51 million contract. Then they signed Bobby Brown from the Raiders. Bobby Brown, the third defensive tackle from the Raiders. They signed another D lineman, Tershawn Wharton, 3 year, $54 million. They re-signed J.C. Horn. I said not re-sign him. They extended him 4 year, $100 million. They got an edge, Patrick Jones II. He got 2 year, $20 million. They also re-signed the cornerback Michael Jackson. He got 2 year, $14.5. They released Miles Sanders, which I'm glad they did that. They re-signed Andy Dalton, re-signed Tommy Tremble, re-signed Austin Corbett, re-signed Brady Christensen, which I'm glad they re-signed it, Corbett and Christensen. They give you more depth on the line. And then they signed the punter, Sam Martin. So that's the moves for what the Carolina Panthers done did, y'all. Now, as far as with the Chicago Bears, I think one of y'all said y'all, well, no, that was Green Bay Packers. But if anybody Chicago Bears, they signed the center from the Falcons, Drew Dahlman, 3 year, $42 million. They signed the edge, Dayo. Man, I can't pronounce his last name. But he got a 3 year, $48 million deal. Of course, they jumped on J.D. Garrett quick, but time the Falcons released him. But the Chicago Bears picked him up so quick, but they ain't even let Grady Jarrett get his stuff out. Hey, he ain't even clean his locker out long enough. By the time Grady Jarrett got his locker clean, he was already signed by the Chicago Bears. Hey, he didn't get his locker cleaned out good. Yeah, you already got signed, huh? They signed somebody don't sign me already. But they traded and got guard Jonah Jackson, which I think that was a great move. He a Pro Bowler. Then they traded, got the guard from Kansas City Chiefs, Joe Thuney. That was another great move. So I think they solidified the interior of the offensive line off the rip, man. So they'll probably end up getting a tackle probably in the draft. They'll probably get one of the top tackles in the draft, something like that, y'all. But let me see what you say, John. Yeah, man. Yeah, slowly but surely, John. Slowly but surely, most definitely, man. It's slowly but surely. Justin Vander, appreciate you coming through, man. You said, where's Rodgers going? I don't know, man. Right now, everybody on hold, waiting to see where he go. But, it's pretty much down to either the Giants or the Steelers. It's the Giants or the Steelers. My opinion, Justin, I feel like he probably should go. I think he should go to the Giants, man, if you ask me. I think I heard something about he want to stay up that way too, y'all. Because I think he said he wanted to stay up that way where he was at. So if he is telling the truth about that, the Giants will be the best spot. And like I say, I don't think the Giants need a whole lot of players, y'all. I don't think the Giants that far away. I really don't, man. I think that was a good move with them getting the safety from the Miami Dolphins. I think that was a great move for them to help the secondary. They already had a pretty good defensive line. You got Malik Neighbors, solid receiver. I like that young running back they got. And I think they signed back the receiver too, Slayton. I think they signed him back too. So let me see what you say, John. You say Rodgers to Pittsburgh or Giants is the only thing you can see happening. Yeah, me too, man. I think it narrowed down to those two teams. I will tell y'all this: it is a little rumor. I don't know if it'll pick up any ground though, y'all. But it is a little rumor that it could be possibly that the Vikings might be looking at them too. But I don't know how true that is because they also said they pretty much gonna go forward with JJ McCarthy. So I don't know how true that is, y'all, but y'all know I'm gonna throw it out there at y'all anyway. If I hear about it, I'm gonna throw it out there and let y'all know about it. But here we go, man. Give me 1 second. All right, we're gonna go to the next team, y'all. We're gonna go down here. Let me see. The next team is the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm gonna let y'all know everything they did. Of course, they franchise tagged T. Higgins 1 year, $26.2 million. They signed D lineman BJ Hill 3 year, $33 million. They re-signed the tight end Mike Gesicki, which I think that was a good move. 3 year, $25.5 million. They also signed another interior defensive lineman, TJ Slayton. He got a 2 year, $15 million. They signed a linebacker, Owen Burks. He got a 2 year, $5 million. They re-signed the edge, Joseph, I guess it's Osai, Asasi, something like that, y'all. He got a 1 year, $7 million. They released their guard, Alex Copper. Let me see. They re-signed the tight end, Tanner Hudson. They re-signed running back, Samaje Perine. They extended their long snapper. They re-signed the offensive lineman, Cody Ford. And they re-signed their linebacker, Marco Wilson. So that's pretty much everything the Cincinnati Bengals don't do right now. As far as the Cleveland Browns ain't really did nothing, y'all. So far, the only thing they really done did is they extended Myles Garrett 4 year, $40 million a year. They signed the offensive tackle Cornelius Lucas to a 2 year, $10 million. They signed the edge Joe Tryon Shoyinka, something like that, y'all. He only got a 1 year, $4.75 million. They re-signed linebacker Devin Bush. They released interior defensive lineman Dalvin Thomason. They traded for Kenny Pickett, which I don't understand why they got Kenny Pickett. And they traded Dorian Thompson Robinson. I forgot who. I think they traded Dorian Thompson. I think they traded DTR. I think they traded him to the Eagles, if I ain't mistaken, y'all. I think they traded him to the Eagles, y'all. I think so. If I ain't mistaken, I think it was the Eagles. But let's go down here to the Cowboys. So far, And y'all know Mekhi Parsons, he was already talking about how the Cowboys ain't really doing that much in free agency. But you know, the Cowboys don't never really do no big splashes in free agency like that though, y'all. But they re-signed their defensive tackle. They gave him the big contract, as y'all know. Osa, y'all know his name. I can't pronounce his last name. Y'all know his name. But he got a 4-year, $80 million deal. They signed running back Javonte Williams, a 1-year, $3 million deal. They signed back their speedy receiver, kickoff return man, Kevontae Turpin for a 3-year, $18 million deal. They signed the guard Robert Jones. They signed interior defensive lineman Solomon Thomas, 2-year, $8 million. They got the edge, Peyton Turner. Who else they re-signed their punter. They re-signed their cornerback CJ Goodwin, and they re-signed their long snapper. So that's pretty much all what the Cowboys done did so far, y'all. That's all they done did so far. Let's see. Now we go down here to the Broncos. Broncos, they ain't did too much, y'all. They just did a little something. They signed their safety Talanoa Hufanga, something like that, y'all. He got a 3-year, $45 million. They signed the 49ers linebacker Drake Greenlaw, which I think that was a great sign. The Broncos already had a good defense. He most definitely gonna add to it. 3-year, $35 million. They got interior D-line DJ Jones, 3-year, $39 million. They got receiver Trent Sherfield, and they re-signed quarterback Jarrett Stidham. I guess they got him for a backup. Detroit Lions, they done did a couple of things, y'all. I think that was a good move with the cornerback they got, DJ Reed from the Jets. I think he's a solid corner. Got him a 3-year, $48 million. They re-signed their tackle Dan Skipper. They re-signed the linebacker Derek Barnes. They re-signed Marcus Davenport, and they signed the interior defensive lineman Roy Lopez, and they released Zadarius Smith. So that's pretty much what the Detroit Lions done did. Now let's go down here to the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers, they signed the guard Aaron Banks to a 4-year, $77 million deal. Boy, he got paid, boy. They signed cornerback Nate Hobbs, 4-year, $48 million. They re-signed their linebacker Isaiah McDuffie, and they re-signed their kicker Brandon McManus. He got a 3-year, $15.3 million deal. Now, as far as with the Houston Texans, this is what I was talking about earlier, y'all. With the Houston Texans letting go 3 of their offensive linemen, and they already had one of the worst offensive line. CJ Stroud done got sacked like 54 times. That's horrible, man. And then you let go your best left tackle. I don't know what they doing, man. Kenyon Green, he most definitely is a solid guard. So I don't know what they doing, y'all. I don't know what they doing. But they traded Laramie Tunsil. They traded Kenyon Green. They picked up C.J. Gardner from the Eagles. They signed the guard Laken Tomlinson, which I don't know too much about him. He can't be that good because they only paid him $4 million. They released their other guard, Shaq Mason. They traded for Christian Kirk. They signed the edge, Daryl Taylor. They re-signed the running back, Agumbawell, something like that. They signed the defensive tackle, Sheldon Rankins. Another one, Mario Edwards Jr. They got receiver Braxton Berrios, edge Derek Barnett. They signed receiver Justin Watson, linebacker Nick Nyman, also linebacker Jake Hansen, cornerback kickoff return Trayman Smith, and they re-signed safety MJ Stewart. So y'all see, all the people they signing, ain't none of them signings no doggone linemen like that to replace those 3 linemen that they done lost. So that's why I say I don't know what the hell the Houston Texans, man. I don't know what they doing, man. I don't know what they doing, y'all. But we'll move down to the next team, the Indianapolis Colts. They ain't did too much. Of course, you know they signed Daniel Jones to compete with Anthony Richardson. They signed the cornerback from Chardarius Ward. I think that's the cornerback from the 49ers. He got a 3-year, $60 million deal. They signed the safety Cam Bynum, 4 years, $60 million deal, and they re-signed a receiver Ashton Dulin, 2-year, $8.5 million. Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, if y'all like the content, man, y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes, man. Hey, y'all cool with me reading this? Y'all want me to keep going? I know, because we still got some more to go. Y'all want me to keep going, or I can play? I got a couple of videos. What up with your OG greeting, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. Y'all want me to keep reading, or I got a couple of videos for y'all as far as like the winners and the losers for the draft. So if y'all are rather, you want me to keep going, Reggie? Y'all want me to keep on going? Because I'll read the rest of the teams if you want me to. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know something. Let me know something. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second. Okay, gotcha, Reggie. I'm gonna finish it up then. Give me 1 second. Okay, we'll go down here to the Jacksonville Jaguars, y'all. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they signed cornerback Jordan Lewis, 3-year, $30 million. They got offensive lineman Patrick McCarry. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Patrick McCarry, offensive lineman, 3-year, $37.5 million. They got another offensive lineman, Robert Hansey. He got a 3-year, $21 million. They got wide receiver from the Commanders, Diami Brown, 1-year, $10 million. They got safety Eric Murray, 3-year, $22.5. Tight end Johnny Mundit, something like that. He got a 2-year, $5.5. They also got tight end Hunter Long, quarterback Nick Mullins. They got the tackle Truman Edigo. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Edigo, something like that. They released Evan Ingram, which I feel like they should have kept Evan Ingram. I feel like he's a solid tight end. It'll be interesting to see where he go because he's still out there at the free agency, y'all. They also released wide receiver Devin. What's his name? Duvernay. Devin Duvernay. And they traded Christian Kirk. Of course, y'all know Christian Kirk went to the Houston Texans, y'all. Go down here to the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs, they signed cornerback Christian Fulton, 2-year, $20 million. They franchise tagged Pro Bowl guard Trey Smith. They also re-signed Hollywood Brown, the wide receiver. They signed the tackle Jalen Moore, 2-year, $30 million. They also re-signed Nick Bolin to a big contract, 3-year, $45 million. Hold on, man. Let me get the picture. Okay. I'm gonna say, let me get a picture of this fat dude off the screen. They traded Joe Thunder, as y'all know. They tendered their punter Matt Ariza, something like that. They signed the tight end Robert Tonyan. I think he used to play for the Green Bay Packers, I think, y'all. And they re-signed a long snapper. Now let's go down here to the Raiders. Of course, you know the Raiders traded for Geno Smith. They also signed Jeremy Chin. They also re-signed the edge Malcolm Knuth. I guess that's how you pronounce it, Knuth. And then they signed guard Alex Caper, Alex Copper, something like that. They also signed cornerback Eric Stokes from the Packers, linebacker Elandon Roberts. They released Gardner Minshew. Of course, you know they extended Max Crosby. He got the big deal, 3-year, $106.5 million. They also extended their safety, Isaiah Polo Mayo. They re-signed the defensive tackle, Adam Butler. And they re-signed their safety, Lonnie Johnson Jr., y'all. So that's everything the Raiders did so far. Yes, sir. Hey, appreciate that, John, man. Appreciate it. Give me 1 second. All right, we'll go down here to the Chargers. The Chargers, of course, you know they re-signed Khalil Mack. They signed cornerback Dante Jackson from the Steelers. They released Joey Bosa, which y'all already know. They extended defensive back Elijah Molden. They re-signed Tierre Tart, interior defensive lineman. They also extended Bradley Bozeman, the center. They extended their punter, J.K. Scott. They released Gus Edwards. And you already know they signed Najee Harris to a 1-year, $9.25 million. All right, let's go on down to the Rams. The Rams, of course, you know they got Devontae Adams, 2-year, $46 million. They got interior defensive lineman Puna Ford, 3-year, $30 million. They also signed center Coleman Shelton, 2 years. They traded guard Jonah Jackson. Of course, you know they traded him to the Bears. They restructured Matthew Stafford, quarterback. I mean, his contract, y'all. I'm sorry. They re-signed their tackle, Alaric Jackson. They also re-signed their receiver Tutu Atwell, and they re-signed Jimmy Garoppolo to back up Matthew Stafford. I go down here to the Dolphins. Now the Dolphins, they signed guard James Daniel, 3-year, $24 million. They also signed safety. I think that's the safety from Detroit, I think, y'all. His name Ifutu Melifonwa, something like that, y'all. He got a 1-year, $4 million. Zach Wilson, he signed a 1-year deal. They also got the receiver Nick Westbrook. Akeem, something like that. He got a 2-year, $6.5 million. They released their running back Raheem Mostart. They signed safety Elijah Campbell. They signed linebacker Quentin Bell. They also signed safety Ashton Davis, and they signed tackle Larry Borum. So that's everything the Miami Dolphins done did, y'all. Redman boy, you say he back up for the Rams? Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo, he going to be the backup for the Rams, yep. All right, going down here to the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, of course, you know, they had the big signing with the guard, Will Fries. He signed a 5-year, $88 million. He got paid. They also got the interior defensive lineman, Javon Hargrave, and they got Jonathan Allen. And they re-signed their top cornerback, Byron Murphy Jr. He got a 3-year, $66 million. Jonathan Allen got 3-year, $60 million. They signed Isaiah Rodgers to a 2-year, cornerback Isaiah Rodgers to a 2-year, $15 million. They also signed the center Ryan Kelly, 2-year, $18 million. They also re-signed Aaron Jones, 2-year, $20 million. They extended their safety, Theo Jackson, 2-year, $12.615 million. And they re-signed their punter, Ryan Wright. So that's everybody Minnesota Vikings done did, which I think they made some good moves, especially on defense. I think that was a good move at guard, Will Fries. I like Jordan Hargraves. I think that was a solid move with Jonathan Allen. That was a good move also for them to bring back Byron Murphy Jr. So it's a good move for the Vikings. Now here we go with the Patriots, y'all. Y'all know the Patriots. They made a lot of moves because the Patriots had a whole lot of money, y'all. They had a whole lot of money. So y'all know the Patriots, they don't sign some of everybody. But here we go, y'all. First of all, as a Carolina Panther fan, they stole Milton Williams for us. I thought he was going to sign for us. I thought he was going to sign with us. They stole him away, gave him a couple more million, and stole him away, y'all. But it's all good. They also signed Edge, outside linebacker Harold Landry III, 3-year, $43.5 million. They also got Carlton Davis III. He a solid cornerback also, y'all. 3 years, $60 million. But look at this money they paying out, boy. They done paid out some money. Linebacker Robert Spilling, 3-year, $37 million. Offensive tackle Morgan Moses, 3-year, $24 million. Interior defensive lineman Kyrish Tunga, 1 year. He didn't get that much. He got 2.7. Austin Hooper. Damn, Austin Hooper still playing. Tight end Austin Hooper got 1 year, $5 million. Receiver Mac Hollins got 2 year, $8.4 million. Joshua Dobbs, I guess they got him to back up Drake May. He got a 2-year, $8 million. And then they traded their interior defensive lineman, Devon Chua. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about, but they traded him away, y'all. So that's everything the Patriots done did. Let's go down here to the Saints. The Saints, they got the safety from the Kansas City Chiefs, Justin Reed. I think that was a good move for them. He got a 3-year deal, $31.5 million. Chase Young, y'all. I said Chase Daniels. Chase Young, he re-signed with the Saints, 3-year, $51 million. I think that's a lot for him, man. Chase Young didn't really do that much last year. Hey, if they like it, I like it. They re-signed tight end Jawan Johnson. I think that was a good move. 3-year, $30 million. They re-signed wide receiver Dante Pettis. The defensive tackle we were just talking about from the Patriots, he signed with the New Orleans Saints, Devon Gachu, I guess that's his name. And they also released running back Jamal Williams. Now let's go down here to the Giants. The Giants made some moves too, y'all. The Giants, they got the cornerback from the New Orleans Saints, Paulson Adebo. He signed with the Giants, 3-year, $54 million. Of course, you know, yesterday they got safety Javon Holland, 3-year, $45 million. They got interior defensive lineman Roy Robertson Harris for 2 years. They brought back receiver Darius Slayton. I think that was a good move for them. 3-year, $36 million. They signed offensive tackle James Hudson III, 2-year, $12 million. They got linebacker Chris Board, 2-year, up to $6 million. Edge rusher Chauncey Golston, he got a 3-year, $19.5. They re-signed the backup quarterback Tommy DeVito. They also re-signed Chris Manhurst. I remember Chris Manhurst. He played with Carolina. He all he good for is blocking, y'all. He ain't catching nothing. He block everything though. He ain't catching nothing. They re-signed punter Jamie Gillen, and they re-signed their long snapper Casey. I guess it's Creeder, something like that. But all right, y'all, let's go down here to the Jets. Yeah, they do, Red Man, boy. They most definitely do. Okay, now for the Jets, y'all, the Jets signed Justin Fields, as y'all know. He got a 2-year, $40 million deal, which I think that was a great deal for Justin Fields, because that you only paying him $20 million a year. That's a super bargain at quarterback. How much these quarterbacks get paid right now? You got Justin Fields for $20 million a year, man. You can't beat that, man. That's basically like he getting paid a rookie quarterback money. Almost, y'all. But anyway, they re-signed linebacker Jamin Sherwood, 3-year, $45 million. They signed their cornerback Brandon Stevens, 3-year, $36 million. They released Devontae Adams. As you know, they released Aaron Rodgers, but it won't. As you know, like I told y'all, they released Aaron Rodgers, but it won't be official until 4:00 today when free agency actually start. And free agency officially start where everybody can pretty much confirm all the contracts. Like all these contract people, supposed to be signing stuff. It ain't legit signed and pretty much in the books until 4:00 today. Once 4:00 today come, everybody can sign the contracts. It's a done deal. So Aaron Rodgers, he'll be pretty much a free agent at 4:00 today. So that's why I say Aaron Rodgers, he might not get signed with nobody, y'all, until probably this afternoon or this evening. But we'll see how it go. Also, they signed safety Andre Cisco. They got him on a 1-year, $10 million deal. Now we'll go down here to the Eagles, man. The Eagles, as y'all know, they signed their star linebacker Zach Bond. He got a 3-year, $51 million. They extended Saquon Barkley. They made him the highest paid running back in NFL history. 2-year, $41 million deal. They released Darius Slayton. They released cornerback James Bradbury. They traded Kenny Pickett. They traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And they traded for DTR. Remember, I was just talking about DTR from Cleveland. So DTR, this is where he went to the Eagles to back up Jalen Hurts. And they also picked up Kenyon Green, the safety from the Houston Texans. So that let y'all know, by them picking up Kenyon Green, if any Eagles fans in the chat, Mekhi Becton probably gone, y'all. Because Kenyon Green, he played that same right guard position that Mekhi Becton played. So that pretty much tell y'all Mekhi Becton probably ain't going to be back for the Eagles, which I think that's going to be a big loss for them because Mekhi Becton most definitely balled out this year at the guard position. Now we go down here to the Steelers. The Steelers, of course, you know they got DK Metcalf, 5-year, $150 million. They also signed linebacker Malik Harrison, a 2-year, $10 million deal. And they also signed tight end Donald Parham Jr. Now let's go down here to the 49ers. We almost to the bottom, y'all. So we got the 49ers right here. The 49ers, they signed tight end Luke Farrell. He got a 3-year up to $20.25 million. Of course, you know, they traded Debo. Of course, you know Debo with the Commanders. They signed running back Patrick Taylor Jr. They released Javon Hargrave. They also released interior defensive lineman Malik Collins. They also released Leonard Floyd, which y'all know Leonard Floyd signed with the Falcons. They extended their guard Ben Barch. Of course, you know they released their running back. I mean, they fullback Kyle Gesicki. They signed DeMarcus Robinson to a 2-year, $9.5 million. They signed the Falcons They signed the Falcons safety Richard Grant for 1 year. They signed linebacker Luke Gifford for 1 year. They signed safety Jason Pinnock for 1 year, and they re-signed the linebacker Curtis Robinson for 1 year, y'all. So hold on, let me go down. Okay, let me see who next. Okay, the Seahawks, y'all. The Seahawks, they signed Sam Darnold. Of course, you know he got a 3-year, $100.5 million. They re-signed their linebacker Ernest Jones, 3-year, $33 million. Interior defensive lineman Jerron Reed, he got a 3-year, $22 million. They signed tackle Josh Johnson, 1 year, $4.75. Of course, you know they traded Geno Smith. They traded DK Metcalf. They released Tyler Lockett. They released one of their edges, Draymond Jones. They released their interior defensive lineman, Roy Robinson Harris. They released their safety with Sean Jenkins. And they released their offensive tackle, George Fant. God, man, what is the Seahawks doing, man? They must be starting over, man. Boy, hey, Sam Darnold, hey, he might be done messed up taking that money going to the Seahawks, boy. Hey, he might be seeing ghosts again after this season. He ain't got nobody to throw to. And the offensive line ain't that good neither, y'all. Geno Smith, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Geno Smith was the 4th most sacked quarterback this year. I bet y'all didn't know that. Geno Smith was the number 4 most sacked quarterback this year. He got sacked the same amount of times C.J. Stroud got sacked. C.J. Stroud got sacked 54 times. Geno Smith got sacked 54 times. So I let you know Sam Darnold going to a team, they done got rid of the receivers and the offensive line trash. Hey, the boy might be seeing ghosts again out there. We'll see. All right, Tampa Bay, y'all. Tampa Bay, they re-signed Levante David, 1 year, $10 million. Of course, you know they re-signed Chris Godwin, 3-year, $66 million. They re-signed their guard, Ben Bretson, 3-year, $22 million. They got Hassan Reddick for 1 year, $14 million. They also got an edge, Anthony Nelson, 2-year, $10 million. And they signed the punter, Riley Dixon, 2 year, $6 million. So let's go down here to the Tennessee Titans. Hold on, y'all. Okay, we got 2 more left. We got the Tennessee Titans, and then we got the Commanders. Okay, for the Tennessee Titans, they signed offensive tackle Dan Moore Jr., 4 year, $82 million. They also signed inside linebacker Cody Barton, 3 year, $21 million. They got Xavier Woods, safety, 2 year, $10 million. They also re-signed interior defensive lineman Sebastian Joseph Day, 1 year, $7.5 million. They released a linebacker, which Harold Landry III. He signed with the Patriots, and they also signed Johnny Hecker, the punter, for a 1-year deal. Now the last team we got right here, y'all, is the Commanders. Which y'all will see, the Commanders, they've been busy, y'all. They most definitely been busy. But here we go, y'all. They traded for Laramie Thompson, which was a great move. They traded for Debo, which was a great move. They signed Javon Kinlaw, which was another great move. They also re-signed the tight end John Bates. Zach Ertz, they brought him back. I think that was a solid move too. Of course, they released Jonathan Allen, but I think they did a good move by replacing him with Javon Kinlaw. Bobby Wagner, he re-signed. Safety Will Harris, they signed him to a 2-year, $8 million deal. They also signed their running back. They kind of like their third down running back pass catching running back Jeremy Nichols to a 1-year deal. They re-signed their kicker Zane Gonzalez, and they re-signed their punter Tress Way to a 1-year deal. So that's all. That's pretty much everybody, y'all. That's all the teams, all the transactions that they done did so far. As far as who they picked up, who they released, everything, y'all. Everything. So that's everybody, y'all. That is everybody. But hey, y'all new to the channel? Most definitely subscribe, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. So back to what I was saying, y'all. Do y'all think, especially with those moves I just read with the Commanders last, do y'all think the Commanders got enough to make another run and trying to get to a Super Bowl, y'all? Or y'all think they need a little bit more? I think they need a pass rusher, and I think they need a running back. Like I said, I don't think you want to go another year with Jaden Daniels leading your team in rushing. That ain't gonna be good, y'all. That ain't gonna be good if he leading your team in rushing again. Also, I will say this, y'all. Back to what I was saying with Aaron Rodgers. I think for me, just my opinion, I think he'll be better off with the Giants. Some people say Pittsburgh Steelers because of the fact that the Steelers got DK Metcalf and George Pickens. But I will tell y'all this, y'all got to remember the Steelers offensive line wasn't that good last year. Matter of fact, the offensive line ain't been that good the past couple of years, y'all. So y'all just remember that. Y'all remember that offensive line ain't been that good the past couple of years. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me. Give me 1 second. Here we go right here. They're talking about the winners and losers of free agency so far, y'all. I'm going to play this for y'all. Give me 1 second.
Look, last year, he turned low expectations into a very special season. But this year, the expectations will be a little bit higher. As you see there, 4 years, $105 million. And just hours into free agencies, the Eagles lost Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, key pieces to their championship defense. Sweat will bring in $19 million a year with the Cardinals, while Williams will take, $26 million a year. Good for you. For 4 years with the Patriots. Justin Fields, of course, gets a full guarantee of $30 million with the Jets after just 1 year in Pittsburgh. And here to offer some insight into the biggest moves is the two-time Super Bowl champ and NFL analyst for CBS Sports, Bryant McFadden. Some of those, everybody's getting paid now in the NFL. Some of those numbers I couldn't even believe. Good for them. But based on what you just saw, right, when we look at those top free agent signings so far, who will be the most impactful? And maybe that's impactful with money-wise. Maybe that's impactful with how they'll do with the team. You can take it wherever you want to.
Well, for me, I look at the impact of seeing the Houston Texans trade Laramie Tunsil to the Washington Commanders. Clearly a surprising deal that happened yesterday, Katie. But the reason why that trade will have a significant impact for either side is because if you look at Houston, right, Laramie Tunsil is a perennial All-Pro. He was the best offensive lineman on a below-average offensive line unit, but then you give him away. When you look at C.J. Stroud, we kind of saw a digress in progression because of the inability of his offensive lineman to protect him. He was pressured on 37% of his dropbacks. He was sacked 54 times. That's third worst in the National Football League. So all you did for him in terms of getting him ready for this upcoming season was traded his best offensive lineman, who was his left tackle. So then you look at the impact for the Commanders. If you're Jaden Daniels, you're smiling from ear to ear. C.J. Stroud might be crying, but Jaden Daniels is smiling because now you have a bookend left tackle to protect your blind side, and not to mention what he does in run support as well. So that's a significant impact. I understand the Houston Texans, they received a nice haul in terms of picks from the Commanders, but does that equate to what Laramie Tunsil can give you right now? And like I said, he's still in the prime of his career, if you're asking me. So that trade clearly will have a significant impact for either side. And then today, they weren't done in moving offensive linemen. The Houston Texans, they traded Kenyon Green to Philly for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So if you're C.J. Stroud, you're really confused now about the game plan moving forward in terms of protecting you so you can be at your best.
Absolutely. You know, they talk about that sophomore slump, right? But you got to think that Jaden Daniels is sleeping a little bit more sound with all of this news coming to him. Speaking of quarterbacks, BMAC, a lot of them are already off the board, right? Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, Daniel Jones, even today. There's one prominent signal caller left. It's the four-time MVP, Aaron Rodgers. There are multiple teams reportedly in talks with Rodgers, including your Pittsburgh Steelers. Where do you see him ending up?
Well, for me, it seems like Aaron Rodgers is basically trying to decide from all the reports we're hearing, Katie, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers or the New York Giants. I, for one, would love to see Aaron Rodgers continue to play because he's the last player left from my draft class in 2005. Wow. He's the last of the Mohicans, so let's go, A-Rod. But he will have an opportunity to continue to play. It's all about what he believes is the best deal financially and which organization gives him the best opportunity to be at his best and win ball games. So that seems to be those two organizations seem to be the ideal destination for Aaron Rodgers. It's the New York Football Giants or the Pittsburgh Steelers. So nothing moves until Aaron Rodgers makes his decision, and hopefully it comes sooner than later, Katie.
I think that Aaron Rodgers needs to be with a team where he can't bully the coach, and I think that Tomlinson is kind of the only coach that he's not going to get away with any of that stuff. So I think it'd be the best place for him. I don't know about staying in New York, but that's just my 2 cents. BMAC, there are winners and losers in every deal. I personally am heartbroken and left scratching my head with what the 49ers have been doing, but that's neither here nor there. I want your opinion on the biggest winner of free agency.
It's the New England Patriots for me, Katie. When you talk about having the most money available via cap space, you have to make significant moves. You can't just go out and spend, recklessly. You got to spend wisely. And it's safe to say that's what the Patriots have done so far. You look at adding Milton Williams. You talked about him getting $26 million. That was a huge signing. When you look at adding Carlton Davis, he received $60 million. Another pass rusher in Harold Landry, Robert Spillane, do-it-all three-down linebacker. Of course, adding Morgan Moses. They've done a great job in adding key pieces to improve bad areas from a year ago. Last year, Casey, they only had 28 sacks. It's 17 games. They had 28 sacks, dead last in the National Football League. They had the third fewest pressures in the NFL, only 104 pressures in 2024. So now when you look at some of the additions you see there on your graphic, you put Milton Williams and Harold Landry on the same defensive line of Christian Barmore and Kenyon White. Now you have a formidable defensive line unit that can go out and put pressures on guys like a Josh Allen or a Tua Tagovailoa, quarterbacks that you will see in your division along with Justin Fields. So I love everything that they've done so far in terms of improving bad areas from their team in 2024.
Yeah, the Patriots had the most cap space going into free agency. They're certainly making the most of the amount of money that they had. It'll be very interesting to see. Look, it can only go up for the Patriots. They got a new coach, and like you said, filling some of those very, very needed holes. So we know who the winner is. We got to talk about the loser now. What is one team that you are heavily questioning right now?
Well, let's go to the dog pound. And I don't know if they have any dogs in the pound right now, because there's not a lot to be barking about with the Cleveland Browns. Of course, they gave Myles Garrett a great contract, or it's safe to say Myles Garrett held them hostage, right? So that's no surprise. You know, you found a way to show up your best player on the team right now. Makes sense. But outside of that, the only move they made, Katie, was trading for Kenny Pickett. Traded for Kenny Pickett. Now, the issue with the Cleveland Browns, every other team in your division in the AFC North, they've made some type of moves to get better, right? For Cleveland, yes, you retain Myles Garrett, which is a huge must. That was a necessity. But outside of that, what have you done to improve your team? Well, if you're telling me Kenny Pickett is the much needed improvement, well, good luck with that, because we know the injury concerns to Deshaun Watson. So basically it's telling me Kenny Pickett will be your starting quarterback. Now, when you look at Kenny Pickett, I mean, 15-10 as a starter with the Pittsburgh Steelers, not bad, but as an individual, in those 25 starts, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, he averaged 179 yards through the air while completing just roughly over 60% of his passes. So you're putting Kenny Pickett in a situation where he has to really play hero-like ball because you don't have a lot surrounding him. That is a tall task. So in a year for Kevin Stefanski, where it's safe to say he has to put forth a great coaching, successful resume in 2025 for him to remain on the sideline, that's going to be a tall task for him, because when you look at the personnel or the lack thereof, especially on the offensive side, starting the quarterback position, it's going to be a long, long year. And it's hard to say that, Katie, because the last time I checked the calendar, we're in March. So it's already a long year for the Cleveland Browns. Good luck. But they have the draft to look forward to. So let's see how that plays off. But in terms of free agency, you know you have to be players in free agency to be successful. And so far, outside of the Myles Garrett signing, they haven't been major players during this free agency period.
I don't know how Browns fans stick around at this point. You got to be real loyal. It is pain after pain after pain. And B-Mac, you talk about looking forward to the draft. They don't have it this year, but how many number one picks have they had in the draft that hasn't really materialized into anything? But as always, B-Mac, thanks for your time. Appreciate you. And just a reminder, we are with you all NFL season and off season.
Okay, my bad, y'all. That was just a little video right there of who they felt like was the winners and the losers of free agency so far within the first 2 days, y'all. Like I said, they ain't really been that busy today. Matter of fact, let me check my phone. Let me check my phone again and see if anything done came up new. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if anything came up new. I'll let y'all know. Okay, it's a rumor about Jair Alexander with the Green Bay Packers, man. They say today could be the day for the Jair Alexander news, y'all. So y'all keep an eye out for that, man. They say it could be a possibility Jair Alexander might get traded. So that's the, and if y'all don't know, that's the star cornerback for the Green Bay Packers, man. So we'll see what happens as far as with that right there, y'all. That's going to be very interesting. I know he was kind of wanted to be traded at the end of last year. So we'll see what happened with that, man. Also, the Buccaneers, they re-signed their defensive lineman, Greg Gaines, to a 1 year, $3.5 million deal. Safety for for safety for the Buffalo Bills, DeMar Hamlin. He re-signed with the Buffalo Bills for 1 year. They haven't really said what the contract deals is. Okay, that's pretty much it right now as far as anybody done signed. Everything else still the same. Like I say, as they come through, y'all know I most definitely will let y'all know what the deal is. Yes, sir. But hey, man. So what y'all think about free agency so far? Who y'all felt like the team that I guess most improved their team leading up to the draft coming up in what, like probably about a month and a half now to the draft come. Who y'all feel like did the best job as far as making their team better, man? I most definitely like what the Commanders did. I think they set themselves up real nice because you most definitely can get a running back in this draft. This draft a deep draft for running back. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see what they do at the edge rusher position. Like I say, if I were them, I'd try to go get the edge rusher from the Bengals, Trey Henderson. Just my opinion, but I most definitely would try to go get him because with the Commanders last year, they were horrible against the run. Let me see what you say, Reggie. You say the Steelers and the Rams. Okay, you say the Steelers because they got DK Metcalf and the Rams got Devontae Adams. Yeah, that's a pretty good one right there, though. For me, y'all, I would say, as far as like winners, I would say I'll probably go with the Commanders and I think Minnesota did a good job as far as filling holes on their defense. I think the Giants did a good job by getting the safety, Javon Holland. I think that was a big move for them. I think the Patriots made some good moves, man. Even though I think some of them players they overpaid them, but I think they made some good solid moves on their team too, y'all. I think they made some good moves. I'm trying to think who else. Like I say, one of my losers, most definitely is the Houston Texans. I don't know what the hell they doing. I don't know what they doing as far as trying to protect CJ Stroud. I don't get it. I'm most definitely I don't get it, man. So I looked at who got sacked the most, y'all, last year. These are teams that gave up the most sacks, and that's why I say that about CJ Stroud. And that's why I say that as far as with the Commanders, because Jaden Daniels got sacked. He in the top 10 for most sacked quarterbacks also, y'all. So I think, like I said, that was a great move for them to get Larry Thompson, man. That's most definitely going to help their offensive line off the rip. But as y'all know, the Bears gave up the most sacks with 68 sacks. The Browns was in second place with 66 sacks. The Texans was at number 3 with 54. The Seahawks was at number 4. They also had 54. The Patriots, they had 52 sacks. The Titans gave up 52 sacks. The Raiders gave up 50 sacks. And the Commanders gave up 50 sacks. So those are the top teams right there as far as gave up a lot of sacks, man. So that lets you know those teams right there, they most definitely got to fix their offensive line. All of them. All of them. And like I say, I think the Commander did a good job by getting Larry Thompson. He gonna make a difference on that offensive line. Off the ripper. Off the ripper. Yes, sir. So, hey, I also think that was a good thing for I think that was a good thing as far as Justin Fields going to the Eagles, man. I mean, not the Eagles, but to the Jets. I think that was a good move for Justin Fields as far as especially with his career, man. I would like to see what Justin Fields can do with a decent offensive line and some weapons behind him. And I don't know if y'all remember, but Justin Fields, he actually when he gonna be back with his wide receiver that he had in college. I know Garrett Wilson was his wide receiver at Ohio State. So they already got a good connection already by them playing in college together for all them years. So I think that was a good move. You know, he got some familiarity with Garrett Wilson, man. So hey, I believe Eric Glenn will be able to fix that offensive line, man. They don't need a lot on that offensive line, but they most definitely got to fix the interior offensive line for the Jets, man, most definitely. But I think that was a good move. I think the Jets still got a great defense, even though they lost their cornerback, DJ Reed. DJ Reader, I think that's his name. But I still think they got a solid defense, man. They got a solid defense. So I think the Jets gonna be all right. I think the Bears gonna be all right. I think the Commanders gonna be competing with the Eagles in the NFC East, and we'll see what the Chiefs do, because y'all know the Chiefs most definitely got to fix their offensive line. So they ain't really did a lot in free agency as far as fix their offensive line. So we'll see if they gonna try to do it in the draft or something, because that's what it's looking like. They ain't really signed nobody like that for the offensive line, except the one lineman. So we'll see what that go with that situation. We'll see what that go with that. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I got one more thing I want to show y'all right quick. Share my screen with y'all. Give me 1 second. And like I always say, man, if y'all new to the channel, if you're listening, most definitely subscribe to the channel, man. We do a little bit of everything over here. We do the NFL, college football. We do a little bit of everything over here, man. As you know, as people already know, I'm a big Lakers fan. So give me 1 second. Hey, y'all, and then on the basketball tip, y'all, hey, y'all see the Cavs done won 15 straight games and won yesterday against they came back. Darius Garland had 30 points to bring them back for the win over the Brooklyn Nets. Let me see, y'all. Let's see what I'm gonna play for y'all right quick. Okay, I'm gonna play this right here for y'all. Give me 1 second. With some of the free agent signings. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Me and Mariah got here when we were kids. We were just out of college. We're 20 years old. Didn't know a ton about Tampa, but I think we quickly found out that this was a place that we were going to be able to call home. I couldn't be happier to be coming back. You know, we love Tampa. We love it here. So it's a great day, and I'm looking forward to creating a lot of great memories and chasing more championships.
One of the best dudes in the NFL, does so much for that Tampa community. All right, let's talk about some more news flying in today. Adam, what should we know about Daniel Jones?
He opted to compete for a starting job with Anthony Richardson over competing for a starting job against J.J. McCarthy. Clearly, Jones believes he can win that job in Indianapolis. Otherwise, he wouldn't have chosen to reach agreement on a 1-year, $14 million deal with the Indianapolis Colts, as Jones now goes to his third NFL team within the last year. His former Giants team made a big move in their secondary, reaching agreement with Javon Holland on a 3-year, $45.3 million deal. Now the Giants will replace Xavier McKinney, who they lost in free agency last year, with Javon Holland, and they'll match him with their newly acquired cornerback Paulson Adebo as well. The Minnesota Vikings made a big move of their own this morning, reaching agreement with Jonathan Allen, the 2-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle, on a 3-year, $60 million contract. The Vikings also are expected to be interested in the soon-to-be-released 49ers defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. So you could see Minnesota remaking its defensive line in front of our eyes. And earlier today, the Baltimore Ravens reached agreement with their Pro Bowl fullback, Pancake Pat, on a 1-year deal to bring back Patrick Ricard, their free agent fullback, fan favorite. He's back in Baltimore. The Ravens make a move and get on this free agent scoreboard.
I mean, listen, Patrick Ricard, he's not solely responsible, but resurgence of fullback importance, he's a big key piece of it. He's a very versatile part of that offense.
I'm going to pause this right quick, y'all, because this right here showing the top free agents that's still out there. Which you know, of course, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kobe Brissett, he done signed with somebody. Mekhi Becton still out there, Cam Robinson, Stephon Diggs, y'all know D-Hop, he signed with the Ravens. Amari Cooper is still out there. Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, Raheem Mostert, the running back from the Cowboys, Rico, what's his name, Dodal, and Joey Bosa, he off the board too because he signed yesterday evening. So those are pretty much your main, your top free agents left right here. J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, Rico Dowdle, Raheem Mostert, Stephon Diggs, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, Mekhi Becton, Cam Robinson, Jacoby Brissett. Well, no, not Jacoby Brissett don't sign with somebody, so I'll take him off. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. So those are the top free agents that still left on the board. Y'all ain't signed with nobody. So here we go.
Why are you glaring at me about that?
I love her card.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's talk about.
Why are you glaring at her? I'm locked in.
Like, come on, Patrick Ricard, we love him. All right, let's get Marcus Spears involved a little bit on this Aaron Rodgers discussion. A lot of us have talked about it a ton. Swagoo, what do you think makes sense for him? Steelers, Giants, where do you see this shaking out?
Steelers, I talked about it earlier in the season, just thinking about potentially him and Mike Tomlin, and obviously walking into a locker room. The reality is when Aaron Rodgers walks into the locker room, it's not going to be about football. I still think he can play football at a high enough level for the Steelers to be better. Obviously signing DK Metcalf and having what they have there already offensively as far as the wide receiver group goes. But more importantly, what would a relationship be with Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator? What will it be with Mike Tomlin? It's Mike Tomlin's show in Pittsburgh. That is why I think this would be the better fit. There's a lot that comes with Aaron Rodgers. It almost reminds me of when guys go to different teams in the NBA. Depending on who they are, changes are going to be made based on who that player is. If you look at all of the marquee names, and Aaron Rodgers' name and his cachet still carries that weight, that he's going to have to walk in the locker room that's not fragile, that's not full of young guys, but more importantly, they know that the head coach runs the deal wherever he ends up. And I think Pittsburgh would be a better fit more than just football from the way things are going to be handled practice on a daily basis.
Not even close. It's Pittsburgh over the New York Giants. This is an easy decision. If he is making a decision, it should be the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's not a single thing that you could sit there and say advantage Giants when it comes to the whole situation. I'm willing to bet that Rodgers is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. I feel it's gotten to that point where I'm like, all right, this is going to happen. The next thing that my mind goes to is, how is the offense going to work? Aaron has run a certain style of offense for a really long time. And Arthur Smith is a very good offensive mind. How does that relationship work together? Who wins out? What's the collaboration like? Because, Louis, you know him. Arthur Smith's a strong personality as well, a very confident personality. And I think that is probably the most interesting thing if and when this happens, is how do those two guys come to a we see it the same way agreement?
Yep. Yep. Look, Arthur is that dude. But I'll tell you, look, I think in the end, obviously, they just want to win. They want to level up at this position. I keep using that phrase because to run it back with Russ, it's just not good enough. They need to level up. Aaron needs them just like they need him. He just needs to go play football. Don't worry about being the GM. Don't worry about trying to put in your own offense. Just go play football, work with Arthur, work with Mike. You're naturally going to respect them. Look at the weapons that they have. Help tutor these wide receivers. Get them on the same page. You've got some weapons to throw to. You have a hell of a tight end in Pat Freiermuth. Yeah. Work with the offensive line about, where you like to be protected, how these guys can all communicate together. Have that positive impact on the team the way you want people to remember you as far as the end of your career. And then just go on and look at in Pittsburgh. You win in Pittsburgh. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. They're all about football. That's all they care about out there. And you can best believe the fan base out there is watching right now because there's a lot of fans that I see on my social media feeds that are sitting there going, we don't want that. We don't want that influence here. Just do it the right way. It'll pay off for you.
So, Swag, we'll get back to you, but I just want to clarify for people. Aaron Rodgers is the one making this decision, right, Adam?
And my
this
understanding
has to come from him. He's
whether
it's the Giants or the Steelers.
Yeah, I think he's the first choice in both places. And I was told this morning it could take, quote unquote, some time, whatever some time is, whether that's a day, 3 days, or a week. But it doesn't seem like Aaron Rodgers is in any kind of rush. Now, for all we know, we get a decision in an hour. Right. But I was told he's not in any rush to make a decision, wants to take some time, process it, think about it, do whatever he's going to do, go on a retreat, go into the darkness, come out, and be at peace with whatever he decides he wants to do. I think Pittsburgh is the logical landing spot, but it's Aaron Rodgers. Who knows how he's going to think and process it.
And then for the Giants, they're sitting there. Russell Wilson, is that the best option for them? They may go to the draft as well, but what do you hear?
They really don't have a solution right now. Tommy DeVito is the only quarterback under contract, so they're going to have to do something at the quarterback position. Look, this is still playing out, but they're waiting on Aaron Rodgers, who gets the call next.
Right now, they have the third over. Big names that are left unsigned, or at least the deals haven't been agreed to yet. We'll see if anything happens here for the rest of the hour that we're with you, and there's a lot to get to. We're going to start with Adam Schefter and the latest news of the day. Quarterback move of the day, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones goes from Minnesota to Indianapolis and gets a 1-year, $14 million deal with upside to $17 million. There was questions about whether he would surface in Minnesota or Indianapolis. He opted to compete against Anthony Richardson for the starting job rather than J.J. McCarthy. He takes the deal with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, the former Dolphins standout safety Javon Holland gets a 3-year, $45.3 million deal done with the New York Giants, who lost Xavier McKinney in free agency last year, replaced him with Javon Holland this year, and now will team Holland.
What up with you, Candy Girl? Appreciate you coming through. Good morning. Good morning.
End up with their other cornerback acquisition, Paulson Adebo. As for cornerbacks, Christian Fulton is another free agent cornerback that landed a deal today, stays in the AFC West, going from the Chargers to the Chiefs on a 2-year, $20 million deal, including $15 million. The Chiefs trying to bolster their secondary, going out and getting an underrated player, keeping him in the division, knows the AFC West well. The Chiefs land Christian Fulton. And as for the former Commanders' 2-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, he gets a 2-year, $60 million deal done with the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings bolstering their defensive line. They're going to have interest in Javon Hargrave once he's officially released from the 49ers as well. So you're looking at a remade defensive line up front for the Minnesota Vikings, who have money to spend. And you take a look at the Vikings offseason moves.
Yes, ma'am, Candy Girl. I most definitely appreciate that. Y'all most definitely, y'all like the content. Y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes, and you most definitely can get your super sticker or super chat, or if you want to be a member of the channel, man, it's $2.99 to be a member of the channel. Matter of fact, y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish playing this video for y'all. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man, if y'all want to join the channel, or if y'all just want to see some of my latest videos I got. Y'all most definitely can hit that link, go to my channel, man, check out some of my other videos also. I appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with me this morning. I most definitely appreciate that, the support. Candy Girl, most definitely. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to finish playing this video for y'all. Give me 1 second.
Who they've re-signed, Aaron Jones and Byron Murphy and Theo Jackson. You look at their additions and you look at the departures. Sam Darnold, obviously Daniel Jones, Patrick Jones, the pass rusher. So they've lost some players. They've added some players. Like most teams in this league, they have more money to spend than most because J.J. McCarthy's on a rookie contract.
That helps. You love when that happens. Adam Schefter, of course, with us for the entirety of NFL Live. Lewis Riddick, Dan Orlovsky. We got a lot to get to. We'll get Marcus Spears involved here as well. But let's start with what's going on there in Minnesota. Dan, they're trying to make some moves to bolster their O-line. Sounds like protecting J.J. McCarthy if they can. Are you as confident in McCarthy as a starter as it seems like the Vikings are?
I'm more confident today than I have been since he's become a Minnesota Viking. And I think the Vikings have declared that over the past day or two. Hey, you're our guy. And here's I don't remember a young quarterback getting given the reins to go be the starter being in this good of a situation. Maybe Patrick the first year he took over, but I don't know if the defense was as strong as the one that we're going to see in Minnesota. With the addition of Fries and Ryan Kelly, we're talking about an offensive line that'll be top 3, top 4 offensive line in the NFL. We know the perimeter players are top 3 in the NFL. We know the scheme and play caller is as good as it gets in the NFL. And with some of the additions defensively, I fully expect J.J. McCarthy to hit the ground running. And there should not be much of a drop-off from individual production at that position, offensive production, or team success. This is a fantastic situation.
You mentioned Ryan Kelly. He's going to come and play center as a veteran. They already had Garrett Bradbury, so a lot of people saying, well, what's going on? They're going to wind up trading Garrett Bradbury is what I would expect here. Garrett Bradbury gets traded. Ryan Kelly steps in the center, and he will be the guy that's snapping the football, J.J. McCarthy.
Could benefit from getting Bradbury. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to say, look, they have said that he has done, that being J.J. McCarthy, absolutely everything right since the day he stepped foot in the building. It's really as simple as that. There's no reason for them to bet against him, doubt him, bring in competition for him, other than just to have some insurance in case something has gone wrong, could potentially go wrong with his rehab from the meniscus injury. Otherwise, this is their guy. They drafted him 10th overall. They saw what they needed to see in the offseason last year as a rookie. They saw what they needed to see when he played against the Las Vegas Raiders in the preseason in the brief amount of time, and he had that nice deep ball. To
Naylor?
Oh, who was it to? No, it was to Justin Jefferson. It was beautiful. He has everything that they're looking for. They're just trying to make sure it's all supported around him, and they're off and running.
I can't start the show without my wave. I hope all y'all doing well.
How we normally do. I see you, Swag, with that beard all trimmed up. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dan and Lewis make great points, and Shefty alluded to it. We have a little bit of recall historically when a team is all in on their quarterback. This is familiar to what Philly did when they figured out Jalen Hurts was the guy. They actually did it when they thought Carson Wentz will usher them along. Brock Purdy in San Francisco, the move that they made to get Christian McCaffrey. This is the opportunity, obviously, for the Minnesota Vikings to not only show the confidence they have in their young quarterback, but to build a roster inside out. And y'all know I'm biased. The line of scrimmage changes games. I know we like to talk about wide receivers and quarterbacks, but then you mentioned it. Ryan Kelly, you get Darisaw back, obviously. You talk about Fries coming in. This is solidifying to this young man that we are going to put you in a position to be successful. And for as long as I've been on this show, and I've heard you and Lou say this as well, more young quarterbacks are burned by their football team than are lifted up and propped it up and put in a really good situation. And Minnesota not only is telling J.J. McCarthy that, but they're also telling this fan base that they feel like the win opportunity is right now. Because when you start focusing on your offensive and defensive line, there is no more of a factor to me that you plan on winning immediately. And they made some game-changing type decisions up front.
When they drafted J.J. McCarthy last year, everybody that pays attention to football said it was the best situation for a quarterback to go into in the NFL. It's better right now than it was the one he went into.
Better.
Since 2020, quarterback-wide receiver duos that yards per game lead the NFL since 2020. Number 1 is Kirk Cousins to Justin Jefferson at 99 yards a game. Number 6 is Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson at 90 yards a game. The reality is they have a Hall of Fame wide receiver and Hall of Fame.
Yeah, most definitely, John. Most definitely. I appreciate y'all getting those likes up, man. Appreciate y'all getting the likes up to 20, man. Appreciate that. Like I said, y'all new to the channel. Y'all like the content. Most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for those likes, man. Like I always tell everybody, I call myself a knockoff ESPN. We most definitely do NFL. We do NBA, college basketball, college football. We will be getting into the big college basketball March Madness tournament, man. So I will be doing live reactions to that. You got a couple of the conference tournaments going on right now. So I'm most definitely going to be doing a couple live reactions to some of those games this weekend, y'all. So most definitely subscribe to the channel. Hey, let's get it, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Be good. You say, Big Ty, Big Ty, have you did a win-loss prediction yet for the Panthers? Be good. Let me see. For the Panthers, I got to see who they get in the draft, Be good. I got to see who they get in the draft. But as of right now, Be good, I'll say maybe 6 or 7, Be good. I'll say maybe 6 or 7, Be good. I have to see what they do in the draft. And depending on what else they do in free agency. But as of right now, I don't know. I got to see Be good. I don't know. I got to see what Bryce do, man. That's my main thing, Be good. Got to see what he do. You know me, I'm waiting to see, man. I got to wait to see what he do. If I got to see if he can continue what he ended off at the end of the year against the Falcons. Can he pick up and keep running with the ball at the beginning of the season, or is he gonna get a slow start? So, yeah, you know me, man. I got to play the wait and see game. I got to see what he gonna do. Got to see what he gonna do. Be good.
Trending coach, play caller, JJ McCarthy's going to be just fine.
That's amazing. I do think the situation matters a lot there, and it is one of the best, if not the best.
The best in the NFL for a quarterback.
So another departure today for the Vikings was their quarterback, Daniel Jones, that they had on their roster. He's going to go to Indy to compete with Anthony Richardson, and obviously felt like that was a better situation for him to potentially play. Makes sense. How do you see this one playing out, Dan?
Anthony Richardson, though, the Colts have told you in the last year, it's time. They benched you. Joe Flacco goes in. And now they brought in Daniel Jones for $14 million and upwards of $17 million. You are in the competition to prove that you belong in the NFL. And now I've loved Anthony since he came out of school. I've championed Anthony. I don't know if it's been the ideal setting that we thought it was going to be with Shane Steichen and the Colts, but this is the reality of the NFL. They've made it very clear to you that we need you to take the necessary steps. And they're bringing in a guy that will. Daniel Jones, from the time he gets in that building, Lewis, Shefty, Laura, you know, Marcus, he's going to do all the right things, say all the right things, be a great teammate. This is now for Anthony the time to go. This is my job.
I'll say real quickly, there's no reason why Anthony should not win this job. There's no reason. You have the right mindset, you'll win the job. You have the skill set. Daniel Jones' skill set can't touch yours. And I have nothing but respect for him.
Yeah.
But he should not beat you out. This will be something we'll be watching very closely.
I was going to say that the way all of that unfolds is going to be fascinating, because you would expect Daniel Jones, as Dan brought up in this past hour, to be really prepared, look really good in camp, and all of that. All right, another trade happening today as we move through all the news by the Texans. Adam, what do we have there?
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles continue to suffer losses on their defense. Today they traded Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to the Houston Texans in return for the former first-round draft pick, the guard Kenyon Green, who now will enroll in Stoutland University to see if the Philadelphia Eagles can help turn around his career. But the Philadelphia Eagles made that big trade. And look at the offensive linemen that the Houston Texans have moved on from this offseason. They trade Laramie Tunsil. They trade Kenyon Green. They cut Shaq Mason. Clearly, it's an offensive line that struggled and underperformed last year. And the Texans are making changes, including getting a deal done, an agreement done with Laken Tomlinson, who agrees on a one-year deal with going to Houston as his newest stop. He's bounced around the NFL. The Texans believe he's going to help improve that offensive line that we talked about struggling last year. Laken Tomlinson, the newest Houston Texans offensive lineman.
Let's dive in a little bit more on the Texans, okay? Because they are going to look to rebuild that O-line that just really couldn't protect C.J. Stroud last season. They gave up 54 sacks, tied for the third most in the NFL, and they allowed the fourth highest pressure rate. Their running backs didn't have it easy either, as their run block win rate ranked second to last in the NFL. Marcus, what do you make of these moves by Houston?
I think it's very interesting. I think the draft is going to be big for them, obviously, offensive line-wise. But when you think about, especially getting rid of Laramie Tunsil, but the interior of this offensive line facilitated in C.J. Stroud taking a step back as a quarterback. We saw games this year where he was more concerned with interior pressure than he was pushing the football down the field or playing with rhythm and timing. And we know that to be true about C.J. Stroud. So this Laken Tomlinson move is one of those moves that they make. Kenyon is moving on, obviously going and trying to revive what he was drafted to be. But more importantly, the interior is the reason for this offseason. They focused on it. I'm super interested in the draft, how O-line heavy the Houston Texans will be.
Yeah, look, there are some good players in this draft that are both tackles by trade, and maybe a guy like Gray Zabel from North Dakota State, who's a guy who was a tackle in college, who has moved inside the guard and also plays center. Look, they have to have their eyes on some people here.
I'll tell y'all one thing. I'm going to pause it for a minute. They better do something at the offensive line position because, like I say, they went from bad to worse. They went from a bad offensive line to a worse offensive line. You get rid of two of your best offensive linemen, and you let go your other guard. I don't know what they're doing. And then everybody they bring into the team is either on defense or they're a skill position. And y'all know, like I know, they do not play 7-on-7 in the NFL. You play with pads on. So you need the big boys on the line of scrimmage to block for the quarterback or Nico Collins. Ain't none of them guys. Christian Kirk, who they just picked up, ain't none of them guys getting no passes like that if CJ Stroud back there running for his life, or he either getting sacked every time he turn around. So I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know if they got their eye on some people in the draft or what, but it most definitely, if I was a Texan fan, I'd be like, what the hell are we doing?
Not just piecemeal this together and think it's going to get better. You have to bring quality talent in here to protect your quarterback and get yourself back on track. And I would expect them to be very active in the draft and really stockpiling some guys that have high upside, and then they can take them to their own version of Stoutland, you hopefully down there, and get this unit back on track.
You think they can draft 2 starters in the first couple rounds?
Absolutely.
At offensive line?
Absolutely.
It's that deep a group?
I think it's a quality enough one to the point where they will need to move around. As Jimmy Johnson used to say, the draft is about moving around to get in position to get the people you want. They're going to have to move around and get in position to get the people that they want,
They've done that
in
before.
particular here.
Yeah.
On this point, and there are some quality players there.
Yeah, I think to Lewis's point, 2 offensive line starters have to be found. I also say this, sneaky. They need to add a wide receiver. I really believe that. And I know they've traded for Christian Kirk and signed Braxton Berrios, but with Tank Dell and the unknown with that injury that he suffered last year, Nico Collins-Star had a little bit of hand. I would want to make sure that I'm starting to build the necessary people on the perimeter. CJ Stroud is a traditional drop back, passing quarterback that you want the ball to be held for 2.5, 3 seconds. He's not a point guard. So you want to get guys that can really push the ball or get downfield vertically for him to push the ball to. Offensive line, but sneakily, I'm paying attention to wide receiver for them as well.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think some people try to say, oh, CJ Stroud, do you have a sophomore slump? The offense let him down.
His offensive line was very poor.
And they had so many injuries at the wide receiver position as well. I think that's far more the story. All right, we got a lot more coming your way here on NFL Live today. You don't want to miss it as news continues to come in. So lots of big wide receiver names still on the market. Let's get these guys in some spots. Okay, Lewis, you go first. Which wide receiver needy team to be looking to add one of these guys? Let's place them in some spots.
Should we start with the Raiders, or we not want to start with the Raiders? Okay, well, let's sit. Why wouldn't you just put Tyler Lockett back out there with his former quarterback and Geno Smith?
Yeah, I like
it. Just makes sense. And look, the Raiders need an outside lane player. They don't need another slot guy. They have Jacoby Myers. They need a guy who can get down the field. Tyler Lockett, for a smaller dude, made his living out on the perimeter. So I think that's a good match right there. The other one that I'll say that just makes sense, I'll take the easy ones, Dan.
I totally agree.
Okay?
I totally agree.
Cooper Kupp needs somebody who's right next to Drake May. Someone who lines up in that slot to where you just go, hey, look, I'm going to develop a relationship with you. You are going to be my security blanket. You're also going to help in the run game because this dude blocks like a tight end. That's a match made in heaven right there. That's just too easy. The rest of these teams, look, these guys look, the Chargers, they need an outside lane guy who's got juice and who's got wiggle. Although this is a run-heavy football team. So I would say initially Stephon Diggs makes sense there. If he's healthy. But you know what? Does Amari Cooper make sense there? Maybe. Does Brandon Cooks make sense there? Yes. Keenan Allen? No. DeAndre Hopkins? No. Alan Lazard? No. You need speed here. You need an outside lane player here to go along with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Panthers, you need an inside player here.
Oh, go ahead. Hold on.
Guys,
put some guys. Don't tell me what we need.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. Okay, so you know what? If he's healthy, I'd put Amari Cooper there. Seahawks.
Hey, I think that'd be a good move for the Chargers to get Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's still a solid receiver. I think he'll be a good combination to go with Ladd McConkey out there with the Chargers. So I think that'd be a good move for Amari Cooper to be with the Chargers, man. Justin Herbert, he's still a solid quarterback. We'll definitely feel like that'd be a pretty good move, man. Brandon Cooks, I still think Brandon Cooks is a solid receiver too. And also, Keenan Allen, he could go back to the Chargers, y'all. He could go back to the Chargers. They're throwing it out there. But here we go, y'all. I'm gonna finish playing this for y'all.
Dan, who do you put?
Who would you put there?
Yeah, so this is
of this group.
This is what because I also think these teams. I think these two teams are sneaky, needing wide receivers. I would take Cooks and put him in Seattle. For Tennessee, I think they need some type of slot player because when I think of Tennessee and Brian Kelly.
Hey, now I'll tell y'all this: as a Panther fan, like I told you, I'm a Panthers fan. As a Panther fan, I probably would rather have Brandon Cooks. Because the Panthers need a receiver like Brandon Cooks, somebody fast, quick, kind of yard at the catch guy. I think I think Brandon Cooks would be a good fit for the Carolina Panthers. Just my opinion, y'all. Y'all might think differently, but I think Brandon Cooks, man, because Carolina already got big receivers. You need some type of smaller, like fast, twitchy guy receiver. So I think Brandon Cooks would be good for the Panthers, but that's just my opinion. But here we go, y'all.
Callahan, it does remind me now. Boyd was there. Boyd's a free agent. Keenan Allen, maybe to Tennessee as that slot type of receiver because Calvin Ridley playing on the outside. I would honestly love to see this, Louis. I would love to see Cooper Kupp with the Tennessee Titans for whatever young quarterback. I think Cam Ward's going to be the number one pick.
If I'm New England, there's no way I'm letting that happen.
Well, they already missed out on Chris Godwin.
There's no way I'm letting that happen.
We could go him over here. We could put him in Seattle. You stay in the division.
There's no way.
Now, see, that's why I like Adam Schefter. Y'all see that? Right after I said I think Brandon Cooks would be good for the Panthers. Look what Adam Schefter do. He moved Brandon Cooks right over there to the Panthers and Cooper Kupp to the Seahawks. I also think Cooper Kupp will be a good fit for the Panthers too, y'all. So I think he'll be a good fit for the Panthers too, y'all. But here we go.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm with Louis. Like, if I'm New England, I want him to stay there.
We're sending them all over.
There's no way I'm letting. But just moving Cooper Kupp around the slot. It's kind of fun.
I mean, he's the guy, though. Like, this is the guy
jump in all places, right?
He's the number.
That's what he does.
You can make the case. I think the only place that it doesn't make a ton of sense for me would be the Chargers and the Raiders. Right. Just because Brock Bowers kind of plays it.
Right. You know, we talk about, taking care of quarterbacks, giving them weapons, protecting them. Look, obviously, they made it a priority to make sure that Justin Herbert is protected out there, and he's going to have a strong running game by nature, really by default, because that's what they want to do. They have got to make sure they have wideouts for him.
Yeah,
They've got
totally agree.
Ladd McConkey just can't be it.
Well, right.
Josh Palmer
because
leaves.
it got to a point where it's like if you can cover Ladd, you'll
you know
slow down.
Like they had no other options. They have got to make. That's a situation you have to pay attention to me.
What about Stephon Diggs or D-Hop or any of these other guys? Alan Lazard, you guys.
I think with Steph, you're just waiting to see how healthy he actually gets to. With DeAndre Hopkins, it feels like that might be something that happens a little bit later than it does sooner because you'll get more than likely, Lewis knows this better than I, but get past the draft if you're a team waiting. Keenan Allen, I think Keenan's play was a little bit better than maybe the production just because the style of offense did not mix play caller, his style, and the way that Caleb played last year.
If assuming Sam Darnold obviously going to Seattle, which one of these guys do you think would mesh well with him from a skill set perspective and what you know about their personality?
This would be the best one just because I know. They need, with that scheme, you need a vertical threat. You need a stretch. That's why it's Cooks or it's Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. It's going to be a draft pick, but for these guys, it's Brandon Cooks.
I would want a bigger profile than this.
Body frame wise.
Yeah, outside lane dude because of his juice, but he's just too small. I need a bigger dude out there.
Jake Bobo's big. Jake Bobo's pretty good. Pretty good. And they're going to add more help at the wide receiver position in Seattle. Yeah. They have Jackson Smith. They have Jake Bobo. They need more players. I don't know which of these guys are going to wind up there, but I would imagine there'll be a receiver or two that's added in Seattle. There'll be more added in the draft. Cooper Kupp makes sense there.
Well, we moved him everywhere, but
that's how he plays football. Just move around. We just move around.
The interesting thing, too, with some of these veteran guys that may not be off the board early, like Dan's talking about waiting a little bit of time, some teams that are already really good, some contending teams, you wonder if they go and just become another option in those offenses. More to come here on Full Swing. You can see the highlighted players that have agreements in place, maybe to stay where they were or to go somewhere different. And then lots of players who are not highlighted on that board who have yet to find spots. We'll see what happens in the next days or so. Let's get to some top stories. Adam, kick us off with the quarterback news of the day in Indy.
Well, Laura, Daniel Jones decided he'd rather compete with Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis than J.J. McCarthy in Minneapolis. He's taking a one-year, $14 million deal with the Indianapolis Colts with some upside that could get the deal potentially to $17 million if he starts and plays. But Jones moving on to yet another NFL team. Meanwhile, Najee Harris going to Los Angeles to play for the Chargers. Can't you see Jim Harbaugh just loving the way that Najee Harris plays football? Can't you see Najee Harris shining in Greg Roman's offense? A one-year deal worth up to $9.25 million. The running backs are having a tough time in this free agent market. I think Najee Harris fits pretty well with the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, the Saints restructured the contract of the Honey Badger. He's going to stay in New Orleans, had an $11.3 million salary cap hit in 2025 this upcoming season, but they've restructured that to make it more palatable, make him fit, and make sure that they can keep the Honey Badger in New Orleans. Unlike the 49ers, who decided to move on from Leonard Floyd, who was second on the team last season in sacks with 8.5. The 49ers have made a number of changes this offseason, and this is yet another defensive loss, another loss on the roster as they begin to pile up and the team gets its financial books back in order and gets under the salary cap. Here are some of the players that the 49ers have or will move on from.
Hey, now I just wanted to pause this right quick, y'all, because as y'all see, the Commanders losing a lot of players, y'all, and somebody else who they don't have on her yet is the big left tackle that they got, Trent Williams. They might end up losing Trent Williams also, y'all, because of their salary cap situation. That's why they letting all these players go. But hey, all these people they letting go, these are all they key players. Look at Debo, key player on the offense. Their best cornerback, Charvarius Ward. The safety, linebacker, Drake Greenlaw. Guard, Aaron Banks. Fullback, Kyle Gesicki. Defensive end, Leonard Floyd. D-tackle, Javon Hargrave. All these guys are starters. All these guys contribute to their team, man. All these guys are key players on their team on offense and defense. So, most definitely, man. The 49ers, they're gonna be a totally different team next year, man. Unless they can hit in the draft like they did a couple of years ago. We'll see if they can hit in the draft, but they most definitely losing a lot of players, man. Like I say, y'all keep your eye on the situation with the left tackle, Trent Williams, because they might end up losing him too, y'all. And like I say, if y'all new to the channel, most definitely subscribe. Double tap the screen for the likes, man. If y'all new watching the channel, I do a little bit of everything, man. I do the NFL, NBA, college football, college basketball. We do a little bit of everything over here, man. So I call myself a knockoff ESPN, man. So if y'all like to talk about more than, y'all like to talk about different sports like I do, y'all most definitely come to the right space, man. So here we go, man. Give me 1 second.
This offseason, Deebo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk on the offensive side of the football. Look at the defensive side. Charvarius Ward, Talanoa Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, Leonard Floyd, Javon Hargrave will be released after the start of the new league year tomorrow. That's a lot of talent to try to have to replace. I think the Niners have 11 draft picks. They're going to need to hit on some of these picks to replace some of those guys and to come up with the type of financial relief that they need under the cap.
It's interesting. Now, Michael Parsons likes to weigh in on things occasionally.
He does?
That was tongue-in-cheek. This is what he said. He voiced his thoughts today on Twitter about this, saying, about the 49ers, I thought we were going to throw this tweet up on the screen. We'll see if there it is. Okay, he said, no more rookie QB. LOL, welcome to reality. Thanks, Micah. We love it. Love to hear it. Okay, Lewis, a lot of subtracting going on there in San Fran. What do you think the plan is for the Niners moving forward?
Look, I think they need to build it front to back on the defensive side. Look, that was the heartbeat of this football team when they had guys like Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, Nick Bosa, when Javon Hargrave was brought in there to go along with Fred and Dre Greenlaw. The defense set the tone. I think that's where they have got to get some of those character players that Robert Saleh can get that defensive side of the ball humming once again. And they're going to have to build it through the draft. They did it once before. They're going to have to do it again. And on the offensive side, I mean, same thing. Look, Debo, remember now, Debo and Trent Williams were the guys who came out of the tunnel with the big boom box, and they set the tone. They let you know, look, this is going to be an absolute slugfest. They need to get some of those dudes back. Again, they were all homegrown. Trent was brought in, obviously, from Washington, but they were homegrown. They're going to have to do it again now. John Lynch, his work is cut out for him because you have to pay the piper eventually. At some point in time, there's going to be a lot of overhaul, and now he has to restock the cupboard. So they're going to have to get to work.
This falls squarely on John Lynch. And this is probably the most important draft that he has had since he's become the general manager of the San Francisco 49ers. Right now, these are the worst lines of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively, the 49ers have had since it's been Lynch and Shanahan together. 2-3 years ago, this was the strength. This was why this football team did whatever it wanted, whenever it wanted. They would rush forward, and they would get home to the quarterback, and they could play coverage. And then offensively, they could literally on any down run it and get 8 or throw it and do whatever. And now it's become a weakness. It really has. Brock Purdy, ever since that first year, he's starting to get under pressure more and more and more. This defensive line, they couldn't stop the run against physical offenses 2 years ago and certainly last year. John Lynch has to be, I don't want to say flawless, but he's got to be Howard Roseman-like when it comes to this draft, because as quick as they built it, it's gone, and now it has to quickly get rebuilt again. Most important draft that he's had.
That's interesting, because I'm not sure I would call it a full rebuild for them, but we're saying this off air. It's almost like a refresh, and they are trying to be a lot younger. You can see that's been intentional as well.
And it's not just about Brock Purdy, in my opinion. It's not just, well, we got to pay our young quarterback. There's a lot of pieces that have to get re-established on this football team, and they got to get younger and cheaper fast.
There's nobody better, I believe, than Kyle Shanahan in a lot of ways, orchestrating offenses, game planning, things like that. The creativity, will be front of mind for him as they look for players in the draft as well. All right, another big move that we want to get to today, the trade between the Texans and Eagles. Tell us more, Adam.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles traded Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the veteran safety, to the Houston Texans for guard Kenyon Green, who they'll try to get acclimated into their offensive line. And also a swap of draft picks, but the Eagles moving on from yet another defensive player. And if we look at all the defensive players that the Eagles have lost this offseason or will lose at some point in time, take a look. Josh Sweat signed with Arizona. Milton Williams went on to New England. Isaiah Rodgers went to Minnesota. Darius Slay will be cut before the new league year right after. James Bradbury, same situation. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson traded today to Houston. Now, the good part is the Eagles will fetch 3 compensatory draft picks out of losing the first 3 players in free agency yesterday, but that's still a lot of talent to replace. And we're talking about the Niners, right? Yeah. They had to pay Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. The Eagles have had to pay Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts. They've had to pay all their players.
Lane Johnson, Dallas Goedert.
You're seeing the Eagles and the Niners go through similar processes here, but the Eagles have the Super Bowl to go show for it, and the Niners came close to winning the Super Bowl, but don't have the Vince Lombardi trophy to show for it.
It seems like Adam's a country mile away. That's an optical illusion. He's not that far away.
Laura, you look, by the way, you look like you're part of the 49ers.
Hey, hold up, y'all. Hey, we got I got something else I want to play for y'all, man. We got breaking news, man. Hey, big rumor coming out, man, that the 49ers, because they got salary cap situation, it's a big rumor right now that the 49ers could be possibly looking to trade Christian McCaffrey, y'all. Hey, if y'all new to the channel, most definitely subscribe. Y'all double tap the screen for the likes. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this for y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me switch my screen up. What up with you, John, man? Appreciate you coming through, brother. You say Gesicki is actually pronounced juice check. Okay. Hey, John, you have to help me out, man. I be messing up everybody's name, John. So you most definitely got to help me out, man. What up? I appreciate you coming through, though, John. Appreciate you keeping me on my P's and Q's, baby boy. But I'm going to play this for y'all, man. Like I said, big news right now. The 49ers could be looking to trade Christian McCaffrey to help them out with their salary cap situation, because it's coming up where they got to try to pay Brock Purdy. And then I also told y'all the situation with Trent Williams also. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to switch this up. I want to play this for y'all so y'all can hear this if y'all ain't already heard about the situation with the 49ers. Probably going to be looking to trade Christian McCaffrey. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to play this for y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me get it right quick. All right, here we go, y'all.
Aziar notes. Here's what I've charged Dan to do. There have been so many things that have happened that have gotten a lot of attention in the NFL the last few days. I wanted him to give us some notes that are a little bit under the radar but important. Dan, what are they doing in San Francisco?
Yeah, it's a reset in terms of their roster building philosophy, their spending philosophy. They've let a lot of guys walk out the door. Deebo Samuel was traded. Dre Greenlaw signs with Denver. They're cutting Kyle Juszczyk. A lot of guys who have been central to their success. they had the highest cash spend of any team last year, and they didn't make the playoffs. So they're trying to recalibrate that. They already have over $80 million in dead money assigned to their cap for this year. So it's a hard reset. We've seen teams do it. 2 years ago, the Rams did it and the Buccaneers did it, and they both made the playoffs. So the 49ers would tell you it's not like a rebuild. And a lot of their core guys, like McCaffrey, Kittle, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, they're all still there. But it's been more about who's leaving than who's coming in San Francisco. So
Cindy,
far.
let's do B7. I mean, you could field half a team with the players that have left San Francisco this year. Again, Deebo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk. Look at all of these names. I mean, that's a lot of players and a lot of that defense, offensive line, running backs. I guess the question is, do you believe right now, Ryan Clark, that what they should entertain doing is trading Christian McCaffrey?
Ooh.
And Christian McCaffrey is at the tail end of being one of the genuinely great difference-making players in the National Football League. And if you were doing a little bit of a reset here, why not go all the way?
I would absolutely trade Christian McCaffrey, and I would try to get as much as I could possibly get for him. When you look at what Kyle Shanahan has been able to do, it's run the football. And I know we thought last year they missed some of the things with the versatility of Christian McCaffrey, but when you trade Juszczyk, you let some of that versatility go. You let some of the things you can do formationally go. And so why not change your entire philosophy from thinking about Christian McCaffrey as this Swiss Army knife, getting pieces for him and allowing guys like Ricky Pearsall to touch the football more with running the football and doing different things on quick screens, adding other players based on the assets that you could get for them. Also understanding you're looking for more available players than Christian McCaffrey was last year. You had a good stretch with him. You took your run at the Super Bowl. You didn't get it. If you're going to rebuild completely.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm not sure. I think the name Christian McCaffrey, it sounds like it can get you a lot more than Christian McCaffrey can actually get you, because the other teams actually also know that Christian McCaffrey was injured a bunch last year, and they know the history of the running back position. So I wouldn't hate the idea of taking some calls, but I honestly think that he's probably worth more to you than he is to any other team out there. Maybe later in the season, he becomes more valuable. He shows healthy, and there's a team that's like, hey, we're closer than we think. We need a real difference maker. Then maybe you consider trading.
The words on the screen said the Brock Purdy pending extension plays into this. Are they going to pay him $50 million a year?
Well, certainly he would hope to get more than that, given the look, he had the Trevor Lawrence contract was in his favor, right? Because Trevor Lawrence never been to the conference championship game, never been to the Super Bowl, never finished first in QBR at $55 million. Now that Josh Allen, the reigning MVP, gets $55, that kind of hurts his argument to get more than that. So we'll see. They're going to work on it, and I think they probably do extend him at some point this offseason. But the model changes. You talk about losing a Swiss Army knife in Christian McCaffrey. Debo was another Swiss Army knife that is already gone. Whatever is, and Kyle Juszczyk has been there the whole time that Kyle Shanahan has. He's going to have to change a lot about his offense just based on the personnel change.
Well, I mean, you think about New Edition, right? When they lost Bobby Brown, they were able to give you Johnny Gill.
Yeah.
But then once Ralph Tresvant left, that's how we got Bell Biv DeVoe. And all Bell Biv DeVoe gave us was poison. Right? They only gave us one hit. Now, it was a hell of a hit, though.
Never trusted in a smile.
Never trust smiling, but and a smile.
Yeah,
you can get one or the other.
Separately, but you put them together and you don't want to trust.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But the big thing is this, though. You don't get to lose all of these players and stay the same. You don't get to play the same tunes. You don't get to go on the same tours. And that's what the San Francisco 49ers are trying to do. If you're going to rebuild, in my opinion, say, we're going to pay Brock Purdy, and now we're going to build this team the best we can without some of the stalwarts we had year to year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to give some credit to what Shanahan has done over the years. They generate offense. I think the scarier thing, honestly, is that they've always had a really good defense there.
Yeah.
And all those players, the defense wasn't great the last couple of years, and all those players leaving, what Robert Saleh's going to be able to do there on defense might determine how much longer this run lasts.
Let me quickly go to the Hendrickson one, because we're going to run out of time here, and I want to just make sure we understand what's going on in Cincinnati, because Joe Burrow at the Super Bowl gave Laura Rutledge like an extremely detailed, like he had spreadsheets. He had clearly done like Microsoft Excel. He had it figured out how they were going to pay T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Trey Hendrickson, and then 10 minutes later, Trey Hendrickson is getting traded, and he hasn't been yet.
He hasn't.
So what's going on there?
He's been given permission to find, explore trades, find a team that's willing to pay him the contract he's looking for and also give the Bengals enough to justify trading him. To this point, he has not found that. He may still, but it's also possible that this works out where he doesn't find what he's looking for and he goes back to the Bengals, who were trying to sign him prior to this. So this isn't a holding pattern. There are teams interested. Washington Commanders are one of the prominent teams that has been interested in Trey Hendrickson. My understanding is so far, teams are still turned off by the Bengals' asking price, especially considering the acquisition would have to come with a new contract for Trey Hendrickson, who's 30 years old, even though he did just lead the league in sacks. So it's a tricky situation. It would certainly end up with him being traded.
I think they kind of did this to Trey Hendrickson to say, hey, go see what the market looks like, and now we could sign you for what we are willing to pay.
I do. It's like, look, if you think you're worth X and we think you're not, go find X, right? And if you do, God bless you. Like, we'll figure it out. If you don't, then consider, like, we made you what we thought was a nice offer. Maybe consider coming back and taking that.
They got a lot of people to pay. They've taken a long time to pay them. There's a history of that organization being uncomfortable with making those commitments. Like, I think for what you have in Joe Burrow, he came into the league later than a lot of players do. He's had a little bit more injuries than you expect for a quarterback. Like, this window is small, and I'm really concerned that they are going to blow it, and that those Aaron Donald pressures at the end of that game might have been the closest that this team's going to get to the Super Bowl with an all-time great quarterback.
And that's the problem, right? Like, they are trying to pay guys later rather than early. And if you look at some of these teams, now we don't know that Jamar Chase is going to win the Triple Crown, but we knew he wasn't going to suck. Right. And so instead of paying him then when you have an opportunity to get him at a market price, he already said, know your worth and then add some taxes. And that's going to be a big price to pay for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you can lose two other big-time guys.
Late fees. You pay your bills on time. You ain't got to pay no late fees, Greeny.
Nothing has ever been more obvious than the fact that Jamar Chase was going to be a foundational piece for the foreseeable future. You pay that guy immediately. If he's not the best receiver in the NFL, he's second.
Tell you what, we're all
No. Okay, that's it, y'all. So, what up with your Wells, man? Appreciate you coming through. You say the Bengals need to keep that man. You said, I wish my Lions could get him. You say, what the mindset sound like, New York Giants and Saquon. Hey, I will tell you this, man. What y'all think about this situation? What they brought up, man, the situation with possibly maybe trying to trade Saquon Barkley. To try to maybe get some trades and try to do maybe a little rebuild with the 49ers, man, with all guys they don't let go. What y'all think about that, man? Would you keep Christian McCaffrey or would you trade him to try to get some more picks to try to help replace a lot of those guys that they missing, especially on defense? What would y'all do in that situation? Would y'all keep him or y'all think like how they think? You think they should trade him? My opinion, because of the way that offense is set up, that's what I say too, man. Appreciate you coming through. What's your name, Hunter? Appreciate you coming through, brother. That's what I say too, man. I say trade him because of the fact that you say John, you say you trade him for sure. McCaffrey probably done anyway. Yeah, he been getting hurt a lot lately though. But the reason why I say that, the main thing y'all say that, reason why I say that, y'all, is because in that Shanahan offensive scheme that he have, as y'all see, every time McCaffrey get hurt, you got a running back, you got a no-name running back that come in and do just as good as Christian McCaffrey. Not of course they don't do as good in the passing game, but running the ball, it's like they don't really lose a step. So I feel like because of that scheme that the 49ers run, I most definitely would trade McCaffrey while people still got while they still high on him, get some top draft picks and help try to build the team back up because they most definitely losing a lot of people because they salary cap situation. So I most definitely agree, Hunter, John. I most definitely would trade them, man. Like I said, that scheme they got, it seemed like to me they pretty much could put any running back there. And like I told y'all before, this draft is a deep running back. It's a deep draft for running back, so they could easily find a running back in this draft that will be solid, a great running back that fit that scheme that they run. Because like you say, John, he been getting hurt a lot anyway. So I agree, man. I feel like they should trade them and use them picks to help build that team back up because they most definitely ain't gonna be the same this year, especially with all those people they done lost on defense. And like I told y'all, they might end up losing their star left tackle Trent Williams. They might end up losing him too, y'all, because the fact that they got to pay Brock Purdy, and most likely they probably got to pay Brock Purdy probably about $50 million a year, probably, which I feel like he ain't worth that. Just my opinion. But they most definitely gonna have to pay him though, y'all. They most definitely gonna have to pay him. So they most definitely in a messed up situation right now. So hopefully, maybe they might be able to do another good job of drafting like they did a couple of years ago. So we'll see if John Lynch and the crew see if they might could do it again, y'all. See if they can do another good job of drafting. But shoot, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Let me see what you say, John. You say I think Brock Purdy is extremely average, too stiff. Yeah, that's why I say, John, I don't think he's worth paying him $50 million. But I think the 49ers in the situation where you said they at least got a good QB. I think they're in a situation, John, where they gonna have to pay him, man. Even though I feel like Brock Purdy. What up with you, Dom 34, man? You say what up? You say what up, big tight at work. Oh, I appreciate you coming through, Dom 44, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, brother. And like y'all new to the channel, Hunter. Hey, if you like the content, man, y'all most definitely subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen for the likes. Like I always tell everybody, we do a little bit of everything over here, man. We do NFL, college football. We do a little bit of everything over here, man. So, hey, if you like to talk about just about everything with sports, you most definitely come to the right spot, man. We're most definitely going to get into this college basketball tournament that's about to come up, y'all. So, hey, it's on and popping for sports right now. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. But shoot, man, I'm about to get ready to get out of here, man. Shoot, we done been in here about 2.5 hours. So, like I say, y'all keep your notification bell on. Y'all keep your notification bell on, man. Yes, sir, John. Hunter, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all keep your notification bell on, man. If Aaron Rodgers end up signing sometime today, I'll probably come back on and we'll talk about that, man. Y'all tell me. Yeah, appreciate you coming through, Hunter, man. Most definitely. Hey, be safe, brother. We'll talk about that if Aaron Rodgers signed today with the Giants or either the Steelers. So like I said, keep your notification bell on. We'll come back on if something like that come up, some type of breaking news come up. I'm gonna definitely come back on. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I got a couple things I got to do. And once again, I appreciate y'all kicking it with me, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, I think that was a good move by Joy Bosa going to the Bills if he can stay healthy. The other thing I said in my titles, what the hell the Texans are doing. Like I said, I think the Texans went from the offensive line being bad to being worse. You let go your best left tackle, you let go your starting guard, then you let go your other guard. CJ Stroud was already the third most sacked quarterback last year with 54 sacks. And the people they signed into the team, they signed in skill positions and defense. They ain't really doing nothing with the offensive line. So I don't know, man. It seems like to me they send CJ Stroud up for failure. Unless they must got their eye on some type of couple of linemen in the draft that they know gonna turn out good or something. I don't know. And then my last thing was, are the Commanders, are they Super Bowl contenders now that with the moves that they done made, man? With them getting Kinlaw, with them getting Debo, with them getting Laramie Thompson at the left tackle, some of the moves that they done made, man, and some of the guys they brought back. So, we went through a little bit of all that today, y'all, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Yes, sir, John. Yes, sir. I'll see y'all later, man. Like I say, anybody new over here, y'all subscribe to the channel. Y'all like the content, man. Double tap the screen for the likes and keep your notification bell on, because if some big news come out, we will be back on. And yeah, hey, y'all enjoy y'all day. Y'all be safe out there, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man.